Yeah, buddies. It's the Ron Fez show on a Friday.
Fun Fridays.
Fun Friday, everybody. I hope you're dancing.
I am.
Like Dancing Bear to this music. You're too young probably to remember Dancing Bear.
I don't remember Dancing Bear.
Dancing Bear used to be on the Captain Kangaroo show. Maybe we can get a piece of him up there. But he used to dance like people would dance on Quaaludes. Very kind of slow dance.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I knew a guy who was actually a very, very funny comic named Bobby Woods, and he looked like the captain. He looked like Captain Kangaroo. And except for that he partied. It would be very weird to be partying with Captain Kangaroo. There's Dancing Bear.
That bear's awesome.
That's basically the way we were dancing to our intro music.
It was like a fish show, too.
Yes, we're sick, but God damn it, we're in here working today. Why? Because we love you. We love you, and that's why we came in here and just started working.
What's it feel like to be loved that much?
Did you see the things in the news today, Chris?
Oh, my God, crazy.
They're very, very... I mean, I don't even want to touch them. But I was surprised by a couple things. That football game last night...
Oh.
I'm shocked by the baseball scores.
How did that even happen?
And, quite frankly, I'm shocked about the latest scandal that's out there today.
That
scandal's insane.
Or persons, they're done.
That person or persons need to be put to death.
Immediately. Is there a hit squad the government has?
All right, we've got to come clean. This is not a live show. We wanted it to be, but I'm sick, and oddly, Chris, you still are, and I don't like that because I need to do the unmasked, and when I see how you look after a week, I'm worried I'm going to be in that condition during the unmasked.
We got to get you strong and healthy.
If I don't get better, and I go out and do these two big unmasked, I mean, we're looking at, Dane Cook. Still some tickets available for that because we're doing it at Caroline's. Go to theinterrobang.com for that, theinterrobang.com. But Dane Cook and Russell Brand, two giants of comedy.
Huge. One from England, one from America.
That's true, Chris. They're across the pond. Jeremy Coleman, who is an expat from England. I don't even know if you knew that.
I didn't know that, no.
Yeah, I did know it. Because unlike you, I talk to bosses. I'm not afraid of them, and I don't run out when they're here. But he, for the first time ever, has expressed interest in Unmasked and said, could I get 2 tickets to the big Unmasked show to see Russell Brand? Because my family, we likes the English comedies. So I said, yes, you could if you show everybody your little short schoolboy English outfit. Because one time he told us that he had to wear those when he was in school. And we were like, let us see the picture. And he goes, look, if you guys ever get any #1 ratings in New York City, you get to be #1 in men or whatever, I will show you the picture. Boom. We hit all the numbers. We get the bonuses. We go out to dinner. And like a true champion, he gives us the picture to sit around and laugh at. And it's like amazing. I mean, like, you only wish you could have heard like Kinks music or something in the background. But this is the thing about like how weird life is. We're like, look at us. He's like, guys, you realize that you beat the Yankees in mail demos during the summer? This is impossible. And we're all like, oh my God, this is great. And he's like, we're all going to be happy for the rest of our lives. We now have a hit show to go along with O&A's hit show, and I can build upon that, and we're going to turn this WNEW radio station into something great. Now he goes, I want to sit down and talk to you about some ideas. come in a little later in the day. O and A are doing the Sex for Sam thing. And then after that, we'll plan out our relaxing, exciting number one future. And we're like, yeah. And then that was like a great night because we're at some steakhouse where Fez ate like a 68 ounce steak. And it was actually cold by the time he was done. He hadn't had one heart attack yet. And he finished. He had, at the time, 7 7-7s.
Jesus.
And he ate the sides because we're yelling, don't eat the sides. He's like, I got to have the sides. And then he had a chocolate souffle. This is a Fez that none of you guys have ever met before.
No.
He was a blast. He was, we were at Morton's. And he was a big drinking. And then because he ate so much and everything was great, they gave us the lamps to take home. We had the little pig lamps. And we all have our own lamps to remember that wonderful night. The night before Sex for Sam, when all of our dreams were going to come true. You know, it was like you meet like you're in the Navy and you're dancing with a pretty girl, and you give her a kiss at midnight, and you'll be like, all right, this is going to be great. I love you. I got to get back to work. I'm in Pearl Harbor. But it's 1941 and nothing could go wrong. But that's what it looks like in my memory.
Oh, my God.
That's all you have to get me after all that I gave you. I'm in here. I'm spinning fucking stories. I'm sick, Chris.
Yeah, I know. I got you
I
sick.
gave you this long, beautiful story about life and love and heaven and hell and God and the devil. And you give me, I don't know what to say. Oh, fappening. Oh, Bitcoin. Oh, Cubsies. Oh, boy, I got a fucking bad cold.
Yeah. Yeah, it was me.
Well, you're better than that fucking teacup called Shelby. Still no Fez yet, huh? Have you talked to him? I've talked to him a couple times.
I have not talked to him on the phone.
Yeah.
He sent me an email saying, I'm home.
Yeah.
I feel bad, but I'm home. I was like, all right.
I said to him, how many days do you plan on faking this?
Did he give you a number? Can I get over
You know what? You never even brought this up to me yet.
Oh, what happened to your thumb?
Well, I'm going to tell you a long story. Shelby, I want you to look over at my thumb. So I'm going to tell you this whole thing in a way that... Well, just remember, I'll get to the thumb.
Okay.
So the other night, I'm having a dream. Now, I don't like to talk about dreams, and I don't like to hear other people's dreams. These are two things that annoy me. The other thing that annoys me are the Chinese, and when women have an opinion about where we should go out to dinner. And I think I'm like all people when it comes to that. I'm like all guys. Like, you shut up until I pick the food. Okay? I'll take you over to your dad's house right now and slap you around in front of him. You know, I'm like any other guy. I'm just like a regular fellow. So I'm having this dream. I'm laying down in my bed. It must have been the early start of the fever that started this. So I have this dream that my brother and I are walking along a river. It's a place I've never been before. And my brother, we're this age that we are now, but my brother is pointing things out to me like, oh, this is the strongest river in North America. And look at the way it goes into a fall there. And look at the way the water comes up. The water will start to run upstream on top of the water that's going downstream. So I'm looking at it. I'm like, that is odd. But I'm not realizing I'm in a dream. It's inception. This stuff it couldn't even take place.
Yeah.
What I just saw. And yet I keep walking. Instead of being amazed. So I walk down. I'm kind of walking in front of him. And I'm at the kind of the riverbed itself. And there's big river rocks. You ever been around a river before, Chris, that isn't the East River?
Yes.
You know, like a nice mountain river, nice mountain stream. There are large, Connecticut could be a place. But I'm thinking more like of a mountain place, like if you're out west and there's big rocks that have been moved there from the river, and now they've all washed up. And I'm walking across these rocks. I walk past a man, and he kind of has a bandsaw. It's sitting a bandsaw, and he's cutting these rocks in half. And I think to myself, well, that's some job for somebody to have. I guess he comes here and cuts these rocks and sells them into something. And I walk by him, and I'm jumping from rock to rock. And then I notice that the riverbed is dry. And I'm like, that's weird. I was just looking at a raging river not 20 yards ago. This river bed is dry. And it's the end of a river, but how could that be? There's no lake. I didn't see it, going into a cave. So I turned around to yell to my brother, where's the river at? The guy from the bandsaw now has that fucking saw up through his hand, right?
Okay.
So he's holding on with a towel, this piece of saw through his hand, and he's fucking looks at me and goes, thanks for jumping around so much out here. You made this saw go through my hand. So I'm furious. I'm fucking pissed that he would say this to me. And I yell back, take it easy, knife hand! And immediately of me saying that, I thought to myself, I could have come up with such a better line. I'm like, there's got to be a Jesus joke there or something. Boom, I wake up. I'm still pissed at that guy. Still pissed that I didn't get off a good line. It was a day that you were calling me, and I just came rushing in.
Yeah.
On the way here, instead of thinking about the stuff you were telling me about, I'm thinking about that crazy dream. Knife hand, blah, blah, blah. I do a piece of work here, and let me tell you something, folks. I gave them more entertainment than they paid for. I mean, I think SiriusXM even understands that. They pay X, and they get back XY. So that night, I'm making a little blue apron for myself, and I'm cutting up an onion, and take a sharp knife and slice it through my thumb. I have become knife hand in about 12 hours' time.
You think you did that on purpose?
I don't know. Obviously, it would be subconscious. It would never be like, I would know on purpose. I would go, I'm going to cut my thumb. I can assure you that never took place. Chris, look at me.
Yeah.
I did not try to commit suicide on my thumb.
Okay.
But it's a strange thing, right? I do a joke calling someone knife hand. In a year of cooking with Blue Apron and using sharp knives, I'm not going to brag about my knife skills, but they're greatly improved.
All right.
Like I can I dice an onion in seconds.
Can you julienne? Can you julienne like a carrot?
I know you're doing that because you've seen stupid fucking UHF infomercials.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in this conversation with you, Chris.
Okay.
I'm talking about preparing food, and you're going into julienne fries. But anyway, I want you to work on that, find out if there's something wrong with my subconscious. Now, we're going to play some best stuff for people. Now, normally, if we play a best of, we just throw some stuff on from the last week. I've gotten enough complaints that I said to Chris yesterday, and I'm speaking to you from yesterday. I'm a time traveler, ladies and gentlemen. But I said I'm going to be here with you, and we're going to pick out some stuff. And some of I'm going to tell you what was one of the all-time most popular bits we've ever done. How many 6-year-olds can you beat up? I know it because people still come up to me and they say, we've been in this debate, or we heard your thing on the internet or something.
Yeah.
How many 6-year-olds can you beat up?
How many could I?
No, I'm saying that's what we're going to run.
Yes.
I'm not going to slow it down with us. Now, I know what you're thinking, Chris. Hey, this isn't from the Raw Dog era. I'm going to play both parts now. Hey, Ron, this isn't from the Raw Dog era. I only play things from the Raw Dog era. Chris, I don't care. To folks that are new to the show, this is probably 5-6 years ago. I haven't heard it in all that time. We're playing it for you out of love. I needed to take today off because I got these big unmasks coming up next week, and I want it to be healthy. I said to Fez, would you take over the show on Friday? And he said, I plan on faking until at least Monday. So we couldn't get him in. But this, older than the before,
yeah.
How many 6-year-olds... And Shelby, thanks for jumping in. It was a blast, improvising with you today. I think it's what the kids call riffing, right? How many 6-year-olds can you beat up?
This This is the best of Ron and Fez.
All right, this came up, Fez. I got an email. This one came in, and I read it, and I thought I'd save it for you for during the show.
All right, now this email, the postman's been here already?
Postman. No, Fez, this came through on the computer. Email.
How do they put it in the computer?
You know, I know that you're not up
You
with...
cram a letter in the hard drive? What happens
It's
there?
not like that. It's electronic, Fez. You and I are the first show ever to use electronic mail, or email, as I call it. And my belief is this. In the future, this is how all mail will be sent, from one computer to another. Listen to this, would you please?
And now, Ron and Fez, the show of the future, brings you...
Electronic mail. Mail sent electronically.
Oh, now I get it.
Electronic mail. By the way, take care of Greg on 2. He's sitting there waiting for you, Harry. All right, here's the email. This comes from Jared Fez. And it said, Ron and Fez, how many 9-year-olds could you beat up in a ring? Now, all the kids are normal, non-retarded, just normal. How many 9-year-olds?
All right, just average American 9-year-olds. I think 3.
You are kidding me.
3 I could take out.
You can only beat up 3 9-year-old?
Yeah, I think that's a lot.
And by the time the 4th came in, you would be, what, you overpowered?
Oh, my arms would be down by my sides at that point. I'd be so blown up, there's no way.
3 is 3 punches. So that's over quickly. First 9-year-old comes out, bam, he's down. And then the other one's looking around like, wow, what the fuck? As I get in the ring, I know I'm getting knocked out. So even if I know I'm not going to knock the kid out, the kid ain't going to want to fight after I hit him again. And I'm not bragging about, you know, I'm not saying how many adults I could beat, but there will be a pile of 9-year-olds I'll be knocking out. A pile of them.
A pile of them? No, 3, I would be in a whirling dervish at that point.
Yes.
They're coming at me from 3 different directions. My head doesn't even spin.
I'll beat those kids up like they were the crazy 88s. I'll just be bam, bam. It's one punch a kid. A 9-year-old can't take 2 punches from a full-grown man. I'm going to say I'm going to come closer to 1,000 of them.
1,000?
Yeah.
There is no way you would be totally overwhelmed by 1,000.
How could you be?
Anyone would be.
How are they going to take you down?
Just by the sheer numbers of them. You get 1 on your back, you get a couple hanging onto your legs, and
bam, bam, they're going down. You're kicking, you're punching. And also, this is set up, like he says, in a ring. I don't know whether it's the full reign of 1,000, like you're talking about, or is it one at a time? Because at what chance you get to have 1,000 people in a ring?
It's got to be a big ring.
You know it's coming one at a time. You're coming in like that, crazy 88 style. I don't see it as being a big deal. Earl, how many?
I'll be very conservative, 6 or 7.
6 or 7?
That's twice me.
I'm being very conservative, though.
I never want to get into a scrap with you guys. I never want to be in a situation where I got like Earl and Fez have my back.
Well, not with 9-year-olds.
I mean, like, what, all at once, or a time limit, or I'm not really sure how many.
Well, Earl, you know as you hit one 9-year-old, it's over, right?
Yeah, nice swift kick in the stomach. It's
and
all
yes,
over.
that ends it. So you know you could do that more 6 or 7 times.
Again, I'm being very, very
I see
conservative.
Master Poe. Let's bring Master Poe in, because this is an interesting thing, and we should have somebody who understands the martial arts to help us out here.
Well, this will add a scientific view to it.
Yeah, and we know this is going to be the high end. All right, Master Poe, you're in a ring. They're sending 9-year-olds at you, one after another. How many before you finally go, I can't take it anymore, and you surrender to them? How many could you beat?
9-year-olds?
Yeah.
You want me to hit a 9-year-old?
Yeah.
They're not retarded or anything. They're just normal 9-year-olds.
If they're retarded, I'll take maybe 1 or 2 tops, because they have superhuman strength.
Well, 50 will go down.
50 will go down easy. I think it's even more than that. I think you're going to go way higher than that.
There's no way I would get close to double digits. It's not happening.
What is wrong with you? You have the ability to punch, right?
I have the ability to punch, but I know my wind. I know I'm not going to outlast more than 3.
You're going to have 4 that will attack your right leg, 4 will attack your left leg. And the other ones will jump on your neck.
Yeah, but I
kick
don't...
you in the...
yeah, my neck is snapped. Great, thanks.
And the light bulb.
Hold on. I don't know how organized they are. I don't know if they put this together in some kind of an art of war thing. 9-year-olds have definite ADD situations where they can't follow along. And I'm saying this. As soon as you bust the face of the first 9-year-old, you don't think the other ones are going to be freaked out? When I was 9, this was a sound of alarm for me and my friends. Teenager. You would, if you heard one of your friends yell the term teenager, if there was 8 of you, you would run because you would be petrified of them. I see fear with 9-year-olds.
Yeah, that's true. You'll have about 20 or 30 of them will run away.
Yes.
As soon as you do that, if you punch someone in the face, 30 will run.
I know we've got to be talking hundreds. I honestly believe hundreds. I think it's going to be like if a fox ran into the chicken coop. I think it's going to be the same type of situation. The lion around the zebras.
See, I just see the chicken still coming at me.
Have you ever heard, hey, did you hear about that fox that got killed by 30 chickens? They could probably do it, Fez, except for they don't believe it. Hey, Richard, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, guys, calling from Las Vegas. I don't know if I'm your first caller from Vegas or not, but I love the new show.
Thank you very much, buddy.
And I think, Ron, I think you're overestimating this, and Fez is going a little under. I'm 6'7", 230 pounds.
From Grenoble, France.
I figure, what's that?
Go ahead.
I figure I can take on 25 or 30 9-year-olds at the most, because if you ever seen a 9-year-old get pissed, and you get 3 or 4 of them attached to each leg, and they happen to bring you down.
All right, let's suppose they grab your legs like Master Pose, and you just start bringing a hammer down on their heads. They're going to let go. A 9-year-old has never really... You know, a lot of times when you're 9, you don't even want to punch in the face or get punched in the face. And I'm talking about showing these kids and just lighting them up and breaking a jaw.
9-year-olds in the nose, in the face, they're probably going to go running off to mommy. So you could,
right.
But I tell you, 25 or 30 of them jump on your back and clamp around your legs. They might be able to bring you down and do some damage.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to Pete here. Pete, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Good.
Look, you're talking about the 9-year-olds. Think of it like this. You're dealing with white 9-year-olds. Ronnie, you could probably take out a bunch, like you said, right? You're talking about blacks and Hispanics. They got knives and guns, maybe one tops.
Well, look, first of all, there's no weapons involved here. And here's what you have to understand. I was thinking white 9-year-olds. I wasn't thinking of any street smart kids who could really handle themselves. And I'm also not going girls because they're much bigger.
Oh, yeah, girls at that age. They've had a few periods under their belts.
Oh, God, why be gross, Fez? Why talk such a way?
And they're just like steroid calves.
One of the things you have to remember also, one of the kids are going to kick you in the shin. And once they kick you in the shin, now you're going to start hopping up and down.
Here's the thing, Master Po. The kid who kicks me in the shin is getting fucked up. He's getting it 3 times. Because I'm going to blast that kid making an example out of him. And I'm not shutting up. I'm yelling, this is what you get. And I'm throwing elbows, I'm throwing knees. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, you're going to see some kids getting shattered. You're going to see some kids getting shattered out there. And I don't think the rest of them are going to want any part of this. I would love to do this TV show. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how are you supposed to beat up a bunch of kids if you got such a hard boner?
Oh, you know what? You're the sickest bastard in the world. That's the sickest bastard in the world. Roger, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
Are we talking a 9-year-old battle royal here?
Well, this is the interesting thing, because Jarrett really hasn't put this together too well. He says, how many 9-year-olds could you beat up in a ring? All kids are normal, non-retarded, just normal. So I'm sure people bring up, hey, retarded all the time to this guy.
That's got to be the first question.
And that's how he leaves it, in a ring. So I'm thinking almost Crazy 88 style, where they're coming over 1 at a time, not coming over 100 at a time.
See, I picture them all coming at you at once.
But again, you understand, Fezzy, what a Royal Rumble is at. They're coming in 1 at a time, but if you can't get the kid out of the ring, they're staying in there.
Ron, what are you going to do, though, when one of them gives you the slick Rick uppercut to the nads?
I'm going to kill that kid. And I'm going to tell you the truth. And I don't know whether this is in there, but I'll snap a neck on one of those 9-year-olds. And when the other ones see what a dead child looks like, I think it's going to throw a fear through that group. I think the fear is going to be rushing up and down their spines.
See, I take a NAD shot, I'm down in the corner. And I'm just defenseless at that point. I can't take NAD pain.
You better start and believe in yourself, Fezzy. You need a little more confidence. You need a little more confidence in yourself. Hey, Eric, you're on the Ron Fez show.
How you doing, Ron? Hey, Fez.
Yeah.
Welcome back, first off.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe 15, 20 kids. Maybe give them the old Stone Cold Stunner, or maybe page Dr. Martin, get a steel toe boot and do the Opie, kick them right in the liver.
I mean, if you're going to look into that, yeah, I'm kicking some of these kids, and I'm kicking them hard. And I guarantee you, once I kick them once, they're not going to want a second one. And I'll open up one of them with just the cocoa butt, Fezzy, where I'll just take my head and burst open one of his little 9-year-old nose. And when the blood is flying, the other kids are going to be freaking out.
Well, I have to tell you that if you ever trained before and you're in a ring for 3 minutes, it's more difficult than you think.
It's exhausting. Good point. But we are talking about 9-year-olds. It's not like they're in great shape or can even get in great shape.
Well, you still have to punch and kick, and that takes a lot out of you.
Have you thought of this, Bo? You grab one of them by the ankles and you just start swinging him around, using his skull as a weapon?
See, now, if I use that move, it would have to work instantly. That would be my one-shot deal, because by the time I lift a 9-year-old up into the air, I'm done there. I'm spent.
You know, after hearing your confidence in yourself, Fezzy, I'm going to say you lose to the first one. What I'm going to think of right now is how many Fez Watleys can beat up a 9-year-old, and I'm going to 8. I think I'm going to have to clone you 8 times.
I'm sure I could take one.
Now, if it was how many 9-year-olds can you rape, that I know you have experience in. Here is Carl. You're on Ron Fez.
Hey guys, you're forgetting about collateral damage. While you're fighting one, you can holler out things that hurt the feelings of the others.
Right, fatty, you're next.
Your
Stuff like that.
parents don't love
hey,
you, Santa's
Four Eyes,
dead.
you want a piece of this?
Yeah, then their eyes are clouded with tears, right in the nose.
Yeah, because they freak out at that age.
Oh yeah, Santini. I'm interesting.
Yeah. The whole thing is going to be a Santini. And that's what I'm saying too, Fez. When they start to see what happens, a lot of them rolling in the corner. It's like you don't think me and my friends could have beat up one of our older brothers? But when one of our older brothers jumped in the middle of us, the rest of us were cowering in the corners. Because you're so scared at that age.
See, I think if a couple of them got on my arms and legs... then I'm not moving.
No, it's not you. You're going to lose to one. We know that now. We believe you. What I'm saying is an average man. How many could an average man take?
I would say 5.
All right, let's say
3 for me, 5 for the average guy.
What about Mike Tyson in his prime? 89 Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson, I would say, could take a dozen. That's as far as I'll go with Mike Tyson.
Then I wouldn't watch boxing. I would not watch boxing if I thought to myself, oh, here's the toughest guy in the world. And yet, a baker's dozen of 9-year-olds could kick the shit out of him. That would be it for me. I'd throw my TV out. Brian, you're on Ron Fez. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Brian.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah.
What I want to know is, how many kids could Master Po take if they were trained by Master Po?
All right, there's a good question. If you train these 9-year-olds...
How sad your students turn on you.
It happens.
Yeah.
See, now the stakes are higher because my kids are going to...
Now the student is the master.
Well, you know, we did hear normal kids. There was no training. There's no weapons. I'm going to throw this in and just say white kids. So we know they can't fight.
That makes sense. That sounds average.
What do you mean average?
Just average. Just middle America average.
Don't get racist about it. I'm just trying to set up a thing. Not for you pick what normal is. I'm sorry, Earl, that you had to hear that. Hey, Roger, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, guys. First-time caller, part-time lover. I'm 28, and I've got a 9-year-old little brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, when we're out roughhousing outside back, when he's got his little friends and we're just playing, the first time one kid takes like an elbow or something and they they get the wind knocked out of them. The rest of them all just get big-eyed and back off a
They're
little.
petrified, yeah.
They are scared. And plus, you're trying to take it easy on them because you don't want them going crying to mom anyways.
But
So-
what if you could have your dream, Roger, and you just unleash, and you just start busting some bones?
That's a dream?
Cracking them.
That's a dream.
Yeah.
It's a dream. If they're coming one by one,
Yeah.
there's going to be a pile.
Yeah, there's going to, it's only going to be your own exhaustion, and Master Poe pointed this out.
Exactly.
It's only going to be your limit, your own cardiovascular shape that's going to make this a fight. I certainly don't see you losing a fight to almost an infinite amount of 9-year-olds.
I totally. If it's my win, then I'm completely shit out of luck.
Yeah. Well, we said we're taking you out of this, Fez. We're going to put a normal adult into this. We understand now your limitations. I didn't believe before the show started. Now you've convinced me that you are right. You might be able to take 1.5. And even then, I think it would go as far as a draw. Here is Ben. Ben, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What do you got for us?
I know we're talking about white kids, but if they're black, I mean, no matter how many come in, I mean, if you throw like a basketball or maybe a watermelon in the ring,
All right,
they might.
you know
leave you-
what? That's racism. I just want no part of it.
White people are so scared of black people.
One day when Fez does the show by himself, you guys can sit around and do that kind of southern humor. But it's not going to get it with me, Fez.
I don't know if you're allowed to use distractions like that.
White people are so scared of black people.
It wouldn't distract them. And you won't need distractions. This is an adult American male against how many 9-year-olds? I don't see it being much of a problem at all. Here's Scott. Scott, you're on the Ron Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
No, pretty good. You?
Cool in the gang.
You know, I think it's absolutely great that you got a martial arts expert in there that's trained in taking out, you know, full-grown men that are trained to do the same thing.
Right.
And he's talking about slinging around 9-year-old children.
And not only that, but if you saw the smile on Master Poe's face while he was talking about this, and I'll go so far as to say the erect nipples. And I said to myself, this is not the first time he's had this conversation.
It makes you wonder if he's done it before.
Now, Scott, are you trained? Scott, do you have any training in your background?
I just did a little boxing here and there, but I do have to agree with Master Poe. 3 minutes in a ring is a long-ass time.
Well, you know, going even 3 minutes with a bag, if you're not in really great shape, is exhausting. But I think the adrenaline of knowing that you're crushing children's bones is going to keep you going. That'll keep the excitement level up. That's going to make it happen for you.
You know, one thing that's going to make it even harder is that you have to reach down towards the child.
Interesting. I didn't think of that.
You're not striking straight in front of you. You have to reach down for them.
Right.
If you go down on your knees to start throwing punches at that level...
I know you've gone down on your knees, but it wasn't to start throwing punches. And that's with 9-year-olds.
It's going to be hard to get back up.
Yeah. Because you're what? Satisfied?
No, once you're down there...
I never understand. I don't know the whole gay thing. What do you mean?
I mean that if you stoop down to their level, it's going to be hard.
Oh, I'm not going down to their level, that's for sure.
It's going to be hard to get back up on your feet if they're still coming at you.
Yeah, what if you're just sitting in a lounge chair and you're running them through?
There's no way. They'll tip the chair over with me in it.
Do you think you can even knock out a 9-year-old? Do you feel confident that with your hand, one punch, you can knock out a 9-year-old?
Yes, I could do that.
I don't think you can. Then you know you could do it 3 times. If you could do it once, you could do it 3 times.
I'm going by the 3-minute rule here. That's 3. If you're bringing in a kid every 1 minute, and by the 4th kid, I am just suck and win.
A 3 kid, if they're coming in 1 a minute,
yes,
then I'm going to go on all day long. Then I don't have the slightest problem because it's going to be bam. I crush his little skull, and I sit down and smoke a cigar for another 55 seconds. The next one's coming in. Bam, I put the cigar out on him.
Ouch.
I laugh, and I'm pointing at the other kids. Who's next, Chubby? Is it you? Is it the fat kid? Freckle face? Who's part of this? And these kids are going to be pissing themselves with fear. The fear factor is you got to get in their kitchen, Fez. You got to stay there. That's where this war is going to be won or lost, in their 9-year-old minds.
I also don't want to slip in any of their piss.
More Ron, more Fez. This is the best of Ron and Fez on Raw Dog. Comedy Hits, Channel 99. The bits that were marginally better than the rest. You're listening to the best of Ron and Fez on Raw Dog.
Comedy Hits.
Channel 99.
Bring it up to me all the time. But for you, what's a bit that you hear about a lot?
I hear about the time former executive producer of the Ron and Fez show, Black Earl Douglas, when he fainted.
Well, he fainted quite a bit in here.
Yeah.
So which time was this one?
This was when he fainted, I believe, at dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that when he fainted in front of Eric Logan?
Yes. And
okay.
Yeah.
So this is how long ago this was. This is before the XM and Sirius joined in together. Eric Logan, who now runs the Oprah company, and I don't know, it's the Oprah Worldwide TV, yeah, and hasn't it done so much better since Eric's come in? He took her from only doing 1 hour a day to where people go, Oprah. Why do I know that name, Oprah? Should mean something to me. No, I'm only kidding. She's a giant star, and she always will be. So this is the one that you've picked out. So this is more of a story about Earl, because he's fainted on the air before.
He's got him with Febreze.
Do you remember? No, but do you remember one time something came up, and we were like, it was like right before the show started, and we were like, me and Fez were saying to him, Earl, if you're lying to us about what you just told us, blah, blah, we're not even on the air, and our intro's being done. It's going to be your ass. And it was both, he had both me and Fez mad at him. There was nowhere for him to go. So he's leaving, and he opens up the door, and I just see him faint. And he's laying in the doorway with the door closing on his head. And, you would think people would be like, oh my God, Earl fainted, let's run to him. But because we're radio animals, we just rolled on the ground laughing like it was the funniest thing we've ever seen.
It was an amazing skill Earl Douglas had.
Well, if there was work to be done, he would faint. And that's when we started calling him the fainting goat. Now, you called him Black Earl Douglas, and I'm going to point out to people, we never called him Black Earl because he's an African American. He still, to this day, gets called Black Earl because it's the only color of clothing that he will wear.
He refuses to wear white, right?
And when I introduce him to people, I'm like, this is my friend Black Earl, a lot of white people are like, hey, dude, that's not cool. And I go, we're talking about his clothes. You're the fucking racist.
Turn around on him.
Turn around, racist. Every now and then we hear your race. So, are you sure this is what this is from? The time that he fainted at dinner?
Yeah, dinner, yeah.
And what happened there, if I remember correctly, and Earl would only just order starches. He would never order meat, even at a steak place.
No protein.
He was asked, what are your plans, I believe, by Eric Logan. I've never heard this again. I'm not going to listen to it now, but if I'm remembering the story, and I wouldn't have remembered that story, but this could be great for my new, if I go in that direction of every Friday, just writing my biography on the air.
Bennington.
Hashtag Bennington.
Hashtag Bennington.
Hashtag Bennington.
Bennington. Hashtag Bennington.
So here is, apparently, this is one of Hicks's favorite, a story about Earl fainting.
This is the best of Ron and Fez.
Earl, you've now taken on the nickname Febreze the Fainting Goat. Last night was a whole new step for Febreze the Fainting Goat. We had a little dinner meeting with ELO, a chance for us all to become pals again, and during the time that we were sitting down, Earl somehow at the table, and the hearing of, hey, here's what you guys do right, and here's what we wish you would do more of, and, how come Ron doesn't answer his phone, and are you even interested in your career, and all those type of things, and, I thought I tried to get a hold of Earl. Before you know it, I look over, and Earl's head is wandering back and forth, and finally, ends up face first in the mashed potatoes.
In the middle of a Manhattan restaurant with management there, upper management, by the way, sitting there. Earl picks that time to clunk.
Well, I think the reason why, Fezzy, it wasn't just like a coincidence that Elo was asking questions. Somehow, Earl, what do you do for a living, leads to an entrance of Febreze, the fainting goat. Earl, how do you live with yourself?
I don't. That's how I do.
You've moved out now?
You live here.
No,
No, what were you telling me this morning, Fez, about Earl?
I got here today and I couldn't find Earl.
Sure.
And so I went to Dave and Pitsy and I said, "Is Earl here yet?"
Yeah.
Because, maybe he's fainted onto the subway tracks and we need us another subway hero or something. So they said, no, he's burrowed into one of the other studios here with the lights out.
Right.
And has not come out and no one had seen him.
What were you doing hiding in the dark, Earl?
No,
what are you doing dancing in the dark?
No, I was in the one of the smaller studios because basically that's the only place I can make a phone call and have some quiet because there's always something going on in our office.
Who are you even calling? Your doctor again?
That was one of the calls I made. I made an appointment for Monday afternoon.
His vet.
All right. Now, you've had everything you can possibly do to check out your brain, right?
Yeah.
Your brain, your body, everything is in fine shape.
I thought so.
Other than sinuses. I want to explain something to you, Earl. It seems to me that this is a little psychosomatic. What is wrong with you? That some amount of stress or loss of control seems to bring on the fainting.
I mean, I'll admit there's some things that I haven't really dealt with, but there is physical pain involved. I'm still a little fuzzy, still a little disoriented.
Right. How's that physical pain?
I mean, I still have this throbbing headache that will not go away.
From?
That part I really don't know, but there's other. I mean,
every time there's a stressful situation, Febreze the fainting goat goes down. Anytime you feel loss of control. You know what I honestly think a big part of last night was? A full table of adult foods. And I kid you not, you reminded me of like a Hilton sister where suddenly there was a bunch of food in front of everybody. Everyone's eating. You're in a restaurant, not in a little fucking cubby hole, eating your soup and crackers. And that part of what made you queasy.
No, I mean, I loved the food was pretty good. And
Earl, how old are you?
I'm 36.
You don't know how to fucking order a steak at age 36. You order a chopped sirloin, and then you're surprised that a hamburger shows up.
Well, I had like zero appetite, and I'm like, okay, I don't want a steak, but I want something that resembles
Bullshit! You told us last night you thought it was a steak.
It says it said chopped sirloin.
Well, why would you not say, what is it? Did you want to order a hamburger, or did you want to order a steak?
I mean, and hamburger was on the menu.
Fez. Why won't he answer me? Why won't Febreze answer?
Because he's getting ready to hit the floor again. You don't know.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Febreze, did you mean to order a fucking burger last night?
No, I did not.
So why are you copying of, I really didn't feel like a steak. You thought you were ordering a steak.
I wanted something steak-like. Stupidest thing I've ever heard.
It is insane.
In my life.
No man sits there and eats a hamburger patty on the boss's credit card.
I don't know. For some reason, I saw a chopped sirloin. I was like, okay, that's probably a variation of a steak. I'll have the steak.
Then why would you lie and say I didn't want a steak just a second ago?
Well, I wanted a variation of a steak because I wasn't that hungry.
What is a fucking variation of a steak? There is only beef. That's what a steak is. There's no... what do you want, plastic steak?
Here's why he's changing his story now, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Because now he can say, I had no appetite.
Right.
Now he can add this to the list of symptoms.
Right.
Because he wants so bad in his heart of hearts to be terminally ill.
Is that what you want? You want to have a brain tumor?
No, I just didn't want... I didn't want, the big porterhouse steak.
No one said get the porterhouse for two, you fainting goat maniac!
Al, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, possums actually faint, when they get scared.
Well, you know what? There is an interesting point to that. Last night was supposed to be a big night for Earl. He was supposed to say, I'm going to ask for things that I need. And I'm going to tell you the truth. You know, anyone who says I'm really not interested in my career, they're probably pretty fucking right on. Because I don't give a shit. I want to come in, talk a little bit, and leave. But Earl needs, I don't know, supplies or extra computers and staffing. I don't know what he needs. So the deal was last night, Earl, ask for these things that you feel like you can't ask for. Fez and I will back you up, and then we put, we put Elo on the fucking defensive. Then it's up to him whether Earl can have these things or not. Earl never says a word. As he's waiting for this, you start to hear Earl complaints. You guys don't stay in touch. I thought you were coming back to D.C. We never hear from you. We've offered all kinds of trips for the show. We never hear back. Basically, there's, Earl doesn't want to deal with unpleasantness. And I understand that, but it starts to build up after a while. Time after time of all these things come up, and they're all in this dark closet of Earl's mind. So as he's starting to get exposed, instead of talking or saying, no, here's what I thought, the fucking swivel head starts. The fainting goat goes down. And it gives him a reason, again, not to deal with it. Much like the possum, Fez.
Oh, yeah. Just plain dead. Uh-oh, there's management. I better put all 4 paws up to the sky.
They thought you were dead, Earl, so I think that you won.
Oh, no.
At least from a career standpoint, you came off as dead.
I can't tell anyone listening how embarrassing this meeting was, because I was across the table from Earl, Ronnie was next to him, and at one point, no lie, I see Ronnie put his hand over on Earl's jacket and try to pull him back into an upright position.
Honestly, was acting like it wasn't happening. Acting like, well, yeah, we're going to get to work on that, Elo. And acting like Earl is awake when he was out on his fucking ass.
There's Elo there, and Wiki, and there's Ron having to play Willie Tyler to Earl's Lester.
And this wasn't something I, necessarily planned on.
In a way you have, because you're not dealing, Earl. You won't talk to these people, and then when the light shines on you, you fucking faint. It's insane.
Your head was on the table. Literally.
And right on the mashed potatoes. There was some mashed potatoes up on the top of your head.
Again, there wasn't something
I talked to him this morning about it. He tells me he doesn't remember much from the meeting.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
No, there's like a chunk of the last portion of that meeting I have zero recollection.
The last part of the meeting was Earl talk. Hey, how come we don't hear from you guys? You never got back to us about this guest, about this trip.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, at one point, I sat down and it just became this big fat blur, and I couldn't figure out why. And I still can't figure out what's going on.
Was it when you heard, what's up with Earl? Why don't we hear back?
I mean, honestly, that portion I don't really remember. I'm being completely honest with you.
This is your Iran Contra. I have no recollection.
The feigner cannot be held responsible. It's a defense, a rope-a-dope times 10 defense that no one's ever dealt with before. I guess you cannot hold a feigning man responsible.
Oh,
that's
no.
it.
Oh, right, yeah. That's that'll stand up in any court. Earl won't be able to stand up in court, but that theory will.
So, Earl, before XM has thought us as bizarre, now they just think we're off the fucking rails. They just think we're out of our minds and don't give a shit about our future.
I mean, Elo actually had to say, is Earl all right last night?
And I went like this. Oh, Earl, Earl. Good old Earl. You want to lie and say he's on heroin. You want to make up some kind of a fucking bird story so it looks a little cooler. Like, oh, he was up on 125th shooting heroin with jazz junkies. Anything that makes it seem like we're a little bit in show business. Josh, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, instead of Weekend at Bernie's, it should have been Lunch with Earl.
It basically was like, and we all walked him out of that. We all had to pick him up and walk him out.
We have to tie our ankles to Earl's so it looks like he's walking.
Josh, you're on Ron Fez.
What's up, Ron and Fez? What's going on?
Yeah.
I think we need to change Black Earl's name to Blackout Earl.
Blackout Earl would not be a bad name for you, Earl.
I'm not planning on any series of blackouts anytime soon.
You've already had it.
They've been happening. All right, this started when we had to go get our weird picture taken and go up the freight elevator. You passed out on your feet then. Then you fainted 4 times when Mikey D's dick broke. And then another big faint. And now massive loss of fucking memory because Elo and Wiki had a little fucking line of things that Ron and Fez have disregarded over the years. And quite frankly, it's stuff that Fez and I didn't even know about. Now, do I think it's bad that you're trying to say, oh, we don't want that guest or we don't want to do that uncomfortable thing? No, I'm not saying that. That would be your discretion. But you still have to deal with it. You can't feel like the best way to get out of things is to go underground.
I'm ready to face these things. I'm ready to face whatever's wrong with me, quite honestly.
You fainted at the table. Reddy came and left. It was your opportunity to bring up staffing, shit that you need for the office. This was your time. What did I tell you before? I go, be prepared for this meeting, and Fez and I will just back you up like we've all talked about it. They didn't hear a word.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct, and I had it. I had notes. I had it in my head. I had everything ready to go. And
where are your notes?
I could actually. They're right here. Hold on.
Was number 1 on the notes faint?
If so, mission accomplished and great meeting.
Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey guys. Hey, in defense of Earl, Earl, maybe you need to get some social anxiety checked out, man. Maybe some Zoloft will help that shit.
All right, Earl. What you need to do, because you've had everything checked by medical doctors, right?
Yes.
You need to see a therapist.
Yes, I'm.
And break the word down because I don't want it to make you nervous. Therapist, the rapist. Think of it that way. You're going to go there and bring up your childhood rape, get that out on the table, deal with it, and then move on and become a person.
Apparently, it happened in a steak restaurant.
Someone raped you with a fucking hamburger, chopped sirloin, steak-like material.
I was not raped as a child, but I'm considering professional help. Absolutely considering it.
It isn't a matter of considering. If you worked in any kind of normal place, if you had fucking bosses that care, you'd be out.
Did you notice this as Earl was sitting at the table yesterday before he actually went into full faint?
Yeah.
As his chin got lower, his knees got higher, and somehow in a restaurant chair, he put himself in the fetal position.
Yeah.
I don't remember getting into the fetal position.
Do you remember when I said to Elo, let me go over this with my fetus? We're going to check our notes and then we'll talk later. I go, if you would just give me, I know we're behind on this. Let me get Earl into the 3rd trimester. See let's get his hands to actually start to come out. Right now I'm waiting for his eyes to form.
The problem, Elo, is our producer's a preemie.
I was worried you were going to be stillborn right down in the fucking chair, right on the chopped sirloin.
He went down like the cord was around his neck.
He's got a note over there that says paper clips and fucking stamps. I was afraid to say it. Jim, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered maybe Earl is narcoleptic?
Earl, are you familiar with this at all?
No, not at all.
It's basically, instead of fainting, you would go to sleep at odd times. And the only other narcoleptic I know is a black guy.
Really?
He's a comic, yeah. Used to fucking fall asleep mid-conversation all the time.
That's bizarre.
Wake up and start talking again to you. He would only go out for a little while. Eventually, he died in his sleep, bro.
That's not a good thing.
For me, it was, because I owed him money. I owe him $750. And I'm telling you, I was the only person at the funeral giggling. I could not. I was just so fucked. Because it was like winning money, you know?
Sure.
Being at that funeral.
But I remember as a kid,
as we were lowering the coffin, I had a big bag of bills, and I was just I just fanned them out and was just going, bye-bye, bye-bye, you'll never see this.
I remember as a kid, I would have like these weird episodes where I would just like fall asleep at just random times, but not in mid-conversation.
You, Earl, have what's called fainting goat disease. You're a fucking fainting goat.
It keeps changing and changing. The first time he fainted, this has never happened to him before. Now we have a childhood history.
I know, right. After the rapes. Who raped you? Black uncle?
The Hamburglar.
Who's that, you Rolo? In some pimp suit? Some brown leather pimp suit?
I was never touched as a child. No, not that I know of.
I have to say, in the long career of Earl Douglas embarrassing stuff, that might have been at the top.
No, it was not a proud moment at all. I'm embarrassed. I'm thoroughly embarrassed by this whole situation.
Have you called those guys?
Not yet. I was going to do that after the show.
Send them a fucking link to Fainting Goats. There's a YouTube thing. If you yell at one of these goats, they fall over. It's fucking adorable.
Here's a videotape of the meeting last night in case you wanted to take some notes from it. Some transcripts.
Do your little goat impression. I like that earlier.
Clunk. Febreze, the fainting goat.
So now you're without paper clips and staplers.
What shall we do? How will we connect our papers together?
Most of his problems have to do with bunging things together.
What all we can do now, Ronnie, is just press these papers together as tight as we can and hope that they stay.
Here's our buddy Bobo. Hey, Bobo.
Hiya, buddies.
Hey.
Hey, I think Earl has a condition that's called vasovagal syncope. It has to do with quick blood pressure fluxes, and one of the triggers is simple inquiry. Like if somebody questions somebody else, it can stress them out so much and it can knock them out. My wife has this.
She faints?
Yeah.
If you go to her, hey, honey, where's dinner? Boom, she's down.
Well, the first time it happened to her dad caught her smoking in her bedroom, and he gave her a look, raised the eyebrow, and she just went out.
So the Rock, the Rock would make her pass out. Earl, here's the problem right now. I have to write a note to Wiki and Elo and say, Earl cannot have responsibility.
You don't have to write that note. I can definitely handle responsibility.
Earl, last night was the night to be responsible.
Earl, you can't even be responsible enough to pass Ronnie's note along to Elo and Wiki.
He'd eat it. You know, goats, they eat anything. Just grow a little billy goat beard.
I am growing a goatee out just for no particular reason.
Hey, where are my tin cans? Did somebody eat those?
Stand by for more of the best of Ron and Fez on Raw Dog.
Raw Dog
Comedy, Channel 99. This is the best of Ron and Fez. Ron and Fez on Raw Dog.
Raw Dog Comedy Hits.
Channel 99.
Impossible for a bum. A bum will sleep anywhere. By the way, I'm sitting here looking at a long email that I got from Kathleen from the Bronx. That conversation that Paul F. Tompkins and I had together jostled a memory for her. You know, maybe she should be writing a biography, or maybe I can buy some of her stories and keep them as my own. Remember when they did that on Seinfeld?
That was great. Yeah, Jay Peterman.
You say great. Shelby still to this day acts like the Seinfeld show wasn't a good one.
He probably slept through them. That's all.
I don't know what I'm looking with this the musical. No, I think Gil tried to get a lot of free tickets out of them, and Lara was a little bummed out by asking. I was looking. Were you on the chain last night for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you already think? Because you and I went to the musical and paid our own freight.
Yeah, I paid.
Yeah. You didn't think to yourself, hey, see if they'll give us 28 tickets so we'll have a night out.
Yeah, I didn't understand why that was happening. For like, what do you? What's going on? Who does this?
I didn't know why that was fappening. Is what you meant to say. But he's a rock guy. You know what I mean? Rock guys are different. Rock guys are always used to getting comped. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm a hot musical guy. I threw down my cash, my hard-earned bucks.
And then there was a 2-drink minimum at this play. Chris later found out there was a 14-drink maximum, where during the play, a waitress screamed, "No more, you'll die."
I thought that was false advertising. I don't blame the musical, but the venue. I was pissed.
I always laugh. 2-drink minimum. I'm like, I got fucking 2 drinks in each fucking sock right now. What are you worried about? You're going to make your money.
I'm here, aren't I?
I say, ain't I? If I say aren't I feel like the other F word. There's Larry Wingate. He is Tommy Z-Man's friend.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, he's got a new book out called Grow a Pair.
He tells me I should pay my bills.
Yeah. He's a straight shooter, he is. Did you ever hear back from Z?
He's waiting to hear what days he's available. Yes, he got back to me.
How many boxes is he talking? More than 20 or less?
He doesn't give me a number, but I'll get that number out of him.
Let him know the more he brings, the longer it is before he has to come back.
Okay. Got it.
Well, we played something that I wanted to play during this best of. We played something that you wanted to play during this best of. We plugged the fact that you can go see Dane Cook next week with us for free.
Yeah. That's next Wednesday, October 15th at 3 p.m. at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City. Go to theintirebang.com. They'll tell you to get your free tickets.
So we've done one, I've done one, you've done one. Shelby hasn't done any, and he's been incredibly quiet and sleepy today.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with the.
Is something wrong with you, young man? What are you saying? I heard what I could only describe as vowels.
Was it?
Who does that? Is there something wrong with the robot that you were just doing?
Was it an impression of third encounters? Close encounters, not third encounters? 30 encounters of the close kind.
Oh. Why would you just do vowel sounds back at us, Shelby? Do you want to go back to CP? Maybe tired?
You tuck it out, buddy?
No, I just couldn't think of the best of segment that I would fit in.
So what you're saying is that all the time that you've been here, you don't think anything is better. I mean, you can even come up with, Hicks's favorite movie, 30 Counters. Kids, get in the car. Daddy's taking you to see 30 Counters.
You're going to love this one.
This was before Et came out. All right, hold on. I'm doing my impression of Shelby right now. Beep, bop, boop, beep, bop, boop. Who does that? This is the funniest place. You could be Chris Stanley and still have someone to shit on.
Right? Feeling good about myself right now.
You should.
I'm conscious.
You make words, slurry, shitty words, but we can tell they're a language.
Mixed up words.
Eep, op, oop, eep. What did you think you were doing, Shelby?
I was trying to think of the best of segment I had in mind before, but it wouldn't fit in.
Well, that's funny. That's a funny way of, you're back on top. You know what I mean? Like, he took something and spun it back in through being honest as humanly possible. Eep, op, oop.
Love that Third Encounters movie.
Chris, what's something that you would like to hear? Something from 2 days ago?
No. I'd like to hear something from much longer before that. How about the time when you did Brett Favre's voicemails?
That I don't remember. See, I don't know if this is going to matter to people because Brett Favre isn't the big story. Obviously, if I did Adrian Peterson's voicemails, everybody would be like, "Oh my God, this is so edgy." And today,
well, at the time, it was when he sent out the dick pic, and the dick pic got passed around everywhere.
Well, it was a very unattractive penis pic. I mean, I don't if you could say to a straight guy, "Do you know what a pretty cock looks like?" We'd have a hard time saying. But I think we do know what an ugly cock looks like.
And Brett Favre, you have a fugly cock.
It was discolored. It was tilting in ways that you don't want a penis to go. And it was on the light side. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. But there's the backstory as to why this was happening, but it was one of my favorite things ever.
Okay, well, let's play it. It's the Ron and Fez show.
This is the best of Ron and Fez.
All right, we got the Brett Favre audio.
Yeah, we have the audio.
All right, because I have a feeling it's not even Brett Favre. I'm hoping it's not Brett Favre anyway.
Jim, it's not a setup. Just got done with practice. Got meetings here, and I left for about a couple more hours. I'm going back to the hotel and just chill. So, the nip deck, because I'll be in the building for a couple hours. Love to have you come over tonight.
Could you imagine anyone that could dry a cunt faster than this man and his fucking phone? Hey girl, you know Brett Favre. Brett Favre on the phone. You want to stop by, get in the hot tub, blow me. Hey girl, it's number 4. Hey, you want to roll by here? Oxycontin. Hey, pick up a box of beer and come on over here, Brett Favre. Let's hear a little more.
Because I'll be in the building for a couple hours. Love to have you come over tonight. But I know I think Aaron came up and asked you if you would give him your number, or he was going to give you my number. But I understand.
All right,
but
you can literally hear this man kicking shit as he's talking to her. I don't know if you ever watched football, but you know that old guy and me, number 4, Brett Favre.
Brett Favre's got game.
Hey, Brett Favre, stop fucking just making an ass out of yourself, Brett, and send a picture of your dick.
Send me a text. Love to see you tonight.
Send me a text.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
I hope you don't mind. I got your digits, right? I'm making some cheddar. Are you in that answer machine? He just sounds as dumb as fuck. I'll throw football. I thought you want to come over here dancing with the stars is on. I thought you want to come over and get on all fours. I'll grease up your asshole. Hey. What? And so the girl just kept these things just to fuck with him?
Yeah.
Is that the only one, or is there more?
There's some more, but and this one is her, like, Favre heard that she said that, she's not going to be with him because she doesn't want to get thrown to the trash. She doesn't want to be used up and just fucking thrown away.
All right.
So this is...
So, in some garbage can, huh?
Oh, Jesus.
So that's what you think I think of you. All right. Well, I'm still trying. Just got done with practice. I'll try the other phone. You probably call ID at me. But you can make it. Be great. All right. Later.
All right. Now, in his defense, we've all made this call before in 8th grade. This sounds like a fucking 8th grade idiot.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Hey, did that guy pass you the note from me? There's gonna be a dance.
I like how many references he's made that he's a football player.
Yeah.
He constantly is telling her that.
I'm the quarterback.
It's QB. Listen, sorry, there was a captain's meeting, so it took me a little time to call you. Excuse me. Hold on for a second. I just knocked over one of my trophies. MVP, most valuable player. I'm going to text you a picture of my dick. I'd like to get, if you can, get me one of them pussy pictures. And put your finger on each side of it. Or just put a 4 down there for number 4. That's my number. Any more? Let's take a listen.
That's all it's come out.
That's
so
the big
far.
stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, Brett Favre, football player. Listen, I'm a jacking off over here. If you want to start jacking off over there, maybe we both be jacking off together on the phone. Oh, one last thing. I like vaginas, so if you got one, bring it. Bring your vagina over here. Oh, another thing. Seriously, don't you just hate the Packers? The Packers fucked up when they got rid of number 4, Brett Favre. Listen, there's going to be some Hall of Fame dance they asked me to. I guess I got to say a certain speech. God, he sounds like a fucking maroon. Beth, Alabama, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, this Beth.
Yeah. Hi, Beth.
Hey, I'm sorry. The only mental picture I can get right now is I'm at home watching Cars with my kids, and I'm listening to Toe Mater talking right now.
He really is. It's the same exact thing. He's the blue-collar fucking quarterback tour.
I love you guys.
Who's going to chill?
Hey, I'm talking to you on my cellular telephone, so, what up? Dude, raising the roof. You got any oxys? Hey, I thought maybe you want to come over here and go in a hot tub with me. And we got Jell-O. So, whatever. Whatever happens, happens. Let's let nature take its course.
Some good lines.
Stupid Packers are on TV tonight. Don't you hate them? And those dumb cheese hats. I moved from there. What a fucking... The picture of his dick is the least embarrassing part of this.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw the picture of his dick. I'm not sure. I thought I saw a toenail on the end of it.
Oh, God.
Shrinkage.
Don't worry. I ain't got a man's dick, so come on over.
So which one of these tape releases is more embarrassing? Mel Gibson being a man and just screaming crazy shit, or Brett Favre acting like an 8th grade girl? Which one is...
There's no... Really, I'd have to say Mel sounds more like a quarterback.
Exactly, yeah.
I got to move some furniture, so I can't come over. Sorry. My dad's mad at me. But, whatever. Whatever. That's, I thought you might want to come by and watch One Tree Hill. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
I guess he's never had to work for pussy his entire life,
Yeah.
so it's like, just call fucking skanks up.
Listen, I'm going to stop by, but I'm going to bring 2 of my linemen, so if you got any gal friends, I thought we'd get together. We're going to have a couple Sixers. All right, keep on keeping on, okay, baby? Just dumb as fuck. And by the way, Rustin, he's your idol.
I love Brett Favre.
You drafted him first round.
And I'm starting him this week, too, for
Sure.
Randy Moss and this.
Oh, yeah, well, they will explode this week. Was all this shit happening.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, we need to fucking get some excitement going.
Well, I think the thing about this to remember is the guy's like 47 years old, and he's been really dumb that whole time, and this is the first time some shit's coming out about him. That's pretty impressive.
That is true. I just found out that I've been driving the last 2 weeks without a windshield on my truck. So, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if you saw the game last week, but I was pretty drunk for it. Mike, you're on Fez.
Yeah, he's about 2 seconds away from asking her if telling her life's like a box of chocolate.
Jenny, this is Brett Favre. My mom has cancer. I got a shrimp boat down there in Mississippi. Seriously, you wonder why people fuck around with you folks, Rustin. It ain't you.
No, I get it. It's okay, but look at this chick that he's pulling. She's pretty sexy.
He didn't pull her.
He didn't do shit.
Well, I mean, if you...
And she's no fucking offense here, but there's a million that's the plastic look.
I think she's got a little something to her. You don't like that?
What is she doing at the fucking game? What is this whole thing about?
She's got to give us updates on the sideline and interview the coaches
Right.
after halftime.
I'd rather have the Mexican super ass from a couple weeks ago.
Hell yeah.
Then again, the Jets. The Jets are just all over these fucking things. Hendo and you're on the Ron Fez show.
Hey, buddy. I was wondering if anybody around was going to New York Comic Con this weekend.
Yeah, my dad's going to drop us off, but then we're going to need somebody else's dad to pick us up there. You going to Comic Con at all? Is that big for you?
It's not really my scene. I'll go check it out, though. I mean, because we're here. This is, she also posed for Playboy. She,
Let me see.
That's her right there.
Yeah, those are real.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that's why he figured you send a picture of his dick.
Huh.
I saw you naked, so I aspire. Now we each see each other's naughty bits.
Kind of like that naked with combat boots on. Kind of dig that look.
Well, then you would have loved Vietnam. Rich, on the Ron Fez show.
Hey, two questions real quick, guys. First of all, do you think the NFL code of conduct rules that they have in place will sideline him like they did with Ben Roethlisberger? And secondly, do you think this ruins any chance of him being nominated into the Hall of Fame?
I could give a shit. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's just fucking ridiculous. It's just the dumbest stuff ever. It has nothing to do with his career, anything else.
This should blow over. I mean, when it first came out, no one really cared.
He didn't do anything.
Yeah, it's a cock picture.
And apparently the girl wasn't upset about it, right?
No.
She was like, I'm just going to take your cock picture and put it online.
That's all.
On exboyfriends.com. Bill, Boston, you're on Fez.
I'm surprised Brett didn't ask her if, oh man, I'm a fucking letter jacket, and I'm just going to punch out.
Yeah. I got an SM for Southern Miss. I'd like you to wear it. We're playing homecoming this week against the Packers. Don't you hate the Packers? Instead of cheeseheads, I call them the dickheads.
That last one, that was pretty clever, Brett. Brett, that was a pretty good one.
Listen, I got to go out and get out back and get a pail of water. Come back in here. Our bathroom caught on fire and it almost got to the house. Andrew, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ronnie B. How does this retard memorize a playbook?
Because Brad only has one thing, gun it. Everybody,
Well, no.
all right, listen, everybody go deep. Everybody go deep. I'm gonna whip this son bitch. Hey, get over here, goddammit. You didn't go deep enough. I want you real deep. I ain't even gonna sling this thing until I can't see you no more. I'm gonna sling it deep. Wait a minute, what color are our jerseys? Good. All right, good. Let's just go. Let's go purple, guys. Coming up a little bit, Fez Watley's inner voice is going to do a self-contained comedy bit. Here's a piece I like. We're talking about the pussification of America with all this stupid stuff. 7-year-old kid in Florida, expelled from school, no longer can go to school because he had a toy gun that was left in his book bag. That's where we are right now.
It was a Nerf gun.
Yeah.
So it's a brightly colored styrofoam shooting fucking gun.
Right.
And that never got pulled. I got caught with a bunch of firecrackers and shit in grade school. They were like, all right, whatever. We're just going to take your fucking firecrackers. And those things explode. It can blow my fucking hand off.
Here's the thing. He never even took it out of the bag. It was still in the bag. Nerf gun. He's got to leave the school.
So what is it? Just because it looks like a gun?
Because of Columbine. We had Columbine happen, and it's freaked us out so bad
It's over.
Well, I don't know if it still is, but when I was a kid, the toy gun industry was pretty big. You could go walking through a toy store, and there would just be gun racks of all different kinds of guns.
That looked like real guns.
Yeah.
Like, then they started selling like basically Uzis that looked like a fucking Uzi in a Mac 10, and then they had to start legislation against it and shit because kids were getting shot.
With toy Uzis?
Yeah, because cops thought they were a real gun because it literally looked like a fucking Uzi. It's called like a Uzi.
Get your toy Uzis. It's so fucking crazy, though. But see, the thing is, they think that we have a gun culture, and if you give the kids a gun, you won't. But you watch your little kid, and he will take a dandelion and turn it into a machine gun. I mean, a kid, just the fantasies for little kids run violent. And it's almost on a cellular fucking level. So a kid will take a popsicle stick and start shooting other kids with it.
There was a huge controversy after Columbine at Crawford because they made everybody used to just had their guns in the back of their truck, like on the gun rack, because you go hunting after school and shit. So
regular kids like the kids where you grew up would own guns, and they would be in the school parking lot.
Be in the school parking lot on the back of the truck. And after Columbine, they had a big assembly. They were like, you can't bring a gun onto premises. You literally just can't come into the parking lot. It was a really big deal. Like, kids were like, well, fuck it, I'm not taking my gun off the back. I'm not going home after school before I go hunting. Fuck that. So it was a huge deal after that happened.
So what did they end up doing? Have they kept the guns away from the school?
Yeah, I think the rule is, like, on the books, you can't have guns on premises. But I knew by the time I left, there was nobody cared.
Right.
It's like, now if a weird kid had a gun in the back of his car, people would be pissed. But if you
now, by weird kid, you mean Mexican, Asian,
black,
something that isn't white.
Exactly.
But but for the local kids, hunting was a normal thing where you grew up.
Well, essentially the rule is if you can see in the back of a truck, and if they have a Buckmaster sticker with a big buck on it, and then a gun next to it, then it's fine. What's the big deal? But if you
what do they mean by Buckmaster?
Buckmaster, it's that's like an organization for big hunters.
No, I never heard of this. So it meant that the kid was trained to use a gun.
Yeah, it meant that the kid goes hunting and that's what he was using the gun for, not just some creep.
Now, could you walk down the hall carrying your gun?
I don't know. I don't think so, but it's possible. I don't think anybody would say anything if you had like camouflage on. Nobody cares.
Pete, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, when I was a kid, we were down in Disney World in Florida, and I went on the Pirates of the Caribbean. And at the end of the ride, they were selling these wooden pirate guns with these metal barrels, and they shot black powder, and they shot these round cork-sized balls. And they let me fucking take that thing on the plane in my carry-on bag. The security guard's like, whatever, it's just a fucking kid's gun, no big deal.
Now, what year was that? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was like 76.
Uh-huh. So at that point, you could get on a plane with a toy gun. Now this kid, that's the kid who did it?
Yeah, it's the kid right there.
All right, now, he actually looks like he would have another little friend named E and Turtle. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Dave, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, buddies. Man, you guys remember back in the day when they used to make perfect replicas and put like a half-inch orange tip on the end of the barrel?
Well,
Ridiculous.
I remember for some reason in our family, and I don't know who it belonged to, but it was this like metal. It was very heavy German Luger that looked exactly like a German Luger, and we would play with it. It wasn't real, but you would have thought it was real. Like you could have easily robbed the fucking store with it. Tyler, you're on the Ron Fez show.
Hey, Ron. About the legislation about toy guns and stuff. When I play in the backyard with my daughter, any stick that resembles a gun, she's running around shooting it. And we went to a circus the other night, and all it was a bright, colorful wand. And the first thing she started doing was aiming at all the other little kids at the circus and pretending to shoot.
Right. It's but it's also just pretend. It's just a fucking plaything.
We did the airsoft thing, me and my buddies all the time, and we'd get the guns that had the orange tips, and you'd always black marker the orange tip.
Right. Just make it look real, make it look badass.
You don't look gay running around with the orange tip on your gun.
Okay, you just brought up the gay thing when you know Fez. That made Fez furious today.
I meant you don't want to look uncool.
I understand. You didn't mean that you want to look like a homosexual.
No,
right?
that's not what I meant at all.
It's exactly what I tried to explain to him today.
Kind of like my parents chaperoning the dance.
Okay, that's the perfect thing.
That, yeah.
Hold on, Hex has got.
I'm waiting for my. Well, I got to put the sound up on it because my alarms.
So who's texting you during the show?
No, this is actually this is a email from someone in my old college. One of my old colleges.
I bet it's from Brett Favre. Hey, you still doing the show? Lee, Indiana, you're on Ron Fez.
Hi, Ron. You're talking about growing up with toy guns. Whatever happened to those when you grew up? They used to have these little paper things that you put in the guns that would explode and make like bullet sounds. Do they become illegal, or they just?
Yeah, I don't think that they have those kind of guns anymore, right?
No, I think they still have them. I get them for my little brothers for Christmas. The little pop guns where you put the little paper instead of the bullets. Yeah, we get them all the time for Christmas.
All right.
And we have a great fucking time, just popping each other the whole time.
Chris and PA, you're on Ron Fez.
Yo.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, I was just saying, my next-door neighbor, ironically, is a police officer, so I'm not going to go to the tail end of where I live, but he has 4 little boys, and I have a two-year-old daughter, and they'll be playing guns out in the yard, and the youngest boy will go right up to my daughter and hold the gun right to her head, and it just freaks the shit out of me. When I was little, I was running around banging, cap guns off and crazy shit, but just to see that just freaks me the fuck out, you know what I mean?
It definitely is just something that kids do. And I don't know. I don't understand it either. But you're constantly
it's fun,
fucking pretending. Yeah, but I don't know why that's fun. You're not like, oh, let's play calculator. You never do kind of shit like that. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Mark, Chicago. You're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, I think this is just instinctive behavior because in the wild, by 13, these would be mature killers.
Yeah, that's really some true. Like the Khmer Rouge, they had all 12 and 13-year-old kids, and there was nothing more dangerous than that. They were just like just the nuttiest thing because the kids loved to kill and couldn't get enough of it.
Scary shit.
That's what they say. That's what they warned me in Brooklyn. They said all the little pickpocketers, they said all those kids are like 9, 10 years old, and they're just sneaky, crazy, and violent.
Who's telling you this? There's growing bands of pickpocketers.
And don't look up at the tall buildings and keep your wallet in your front.
I sent Brett Favre an email about how I should live in New York. Just give me some tips.
Do me a favor. We're going night hunting later. Send me some teddy pictures. I'll say, hey, check your email. Just send a picture of my butthole. You're going to love it.
This is the best of Ron and Fez. Ron and Fez on Raw
Dog Comedy
Hits. Channel 99. You know when sitcoms do clip shows from previous episodes? Yeah, well, it's kind of like that. This is the best of Ron and Fez. Ron and Fez on Raw Dog Comedy Hits. Channel 99.
It's a Ron and Fez show on a Friday. Best of. I hung around on Thursday to help a little bit with this best of because, quite frankly, Chris, since we've come over here to Raw Dog, there's been a lot of complaints about your best of work.
Well, hopefully this will turn around, make people happy for once.
The reason people were mad because you wouldn't play anything older than before we got to Raw Dog.
Yeah, I was giving it pure Raw Dog, pure
Why
uncut.
Though? Did you get that, handed down from somewhere, or?
Well, I know new listeners, so let's just get them familiar with the Raw Dog show.
Right.
So, hey.
So you made that call yourself?
It came to me, yes.
No one else came to you and said, hey, Chris, here's an idea?
No.
Okay. Because the fact is, when you get the kind of responses that we get to our best ofs, where the listeners go, we do not like what you're doing, Chris.
Yeah.
That should be a little light bulb come off, you know?
Yeah.
Can I tell you something that I heard years ago that always makes sense to me?
What's that?
Bop, boop, beep, bop, boop.
I'm going to write that down.
That was the craziest conversation I was ever with Shelby. Shelby, no one needs Fez to come back as much as you do. And I was thinking this. I think he has a blood sugar flow off. I think that I noticed after the show we were putting some things together. Everybody was working, but he was just sitting there. You know what I mean? And then when we're doing this, I saw him sleeping once, and then he, did his, Shelby's World of Vowels.
To the point where he no longer could fucking form words. The sleeping thing is troubling to me.
When I know some nights that he works late. Is he just dozed out here, or is he actually working?
I've seen both, where the head goes down. The head
goes down, the dick goes out.
That's right. Like, whoa, Shelby, this isn't that type of party, buddy.
He starts to blow himself.
Shelby, there's glass in the doors. People can see you doing that.
There's glass in the doors. Maybe there's glass in the doors. All right, it's the Ron and Fez show reminding you, this is probably your last chance to join the Dane Cook Unmasked.
That's happening next Wednesday, October 15th at 3 p.m. at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City. You go to theinterrobang.com. They'll tell you how to get your free tickets.
Yeah. If you go over to the iBank, too, the fappening with Doctor Who, was that one for you?
I did want to see Doctor Who's whatever that is. I haven't looked at the pictures. I don't want to see them.
That's his Who penis.
Yeah, I don't want to see the Who penis.
It's a thing called Horton Blows a Who. That makes you upset.
Yeah, I'm not even a fan of Doctor Who, the series.
I've never watched it, to be honest. And I understand it's been on for 900 years.
It's been on forever. As soon as TV started, Doctor Who was the first TV show to come on.
And are there Americans that like it?
Yeah, there's a lot of Americans that like it. People love Doctor Who. I've never seen an episode.
Maybe they're confused thinking it's the Who.
Maybe. I don't know, but apparently there's a bunch of different actors who played Doctor Who, but it's the same story. I don't get it.
Is it a kid show?
No, I believe it's like a science fiction show.
Oh, sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
British
that's what I call
sci-fi.
science fiction.
Yeah, British
sci-fi. See how I shorten it?
Yeah. I've been saying science fiction this entire time.
No. Sometimes I'll say science-fi or sci-fiction. I'll go like this. Do you have a science-fi part of this store?
See, I wouldn't even have known. I've been just using words uselessly for all these years.
Beep, bop, boop, beep. Chris, what's the next thing that you got for us?
The next is a Fez-centric bit that's labeled Giant Oranges in where all my best of files are. I think it's a time Fez thought that oranges would be better if they were gigantic. But I'm not 100% sure as to what happens in the segment.
This isn't a Fez crying thing, is it?
I don't believe he cried in this.
Here's what I think happened in this, and I haven't thought about it or heard it since the day it happened. I think this is going to make me look bad because Fez tries to bring up a premise, and it was so short after Blueberries that I remember him thinking, why is he going back to the world of fruit? And let me tell you something about Fez, and this is, well, let's try to call Fez while we're doing this, Shelby. If you can stay awake long enough, let's do this. But, I mean, I do it with you, and I do it with Fez, and sometimes I just think to myself, hey, my friend is setting up a bit, let me have some fun and fuck with him while he's doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Fez will come up with a concept, and then he thinks to himself, here's what I'm going to say. And then Ron will say that, and then I'll say this, and then Ron will go, what about what? And then I will respond to this. And he thinks about it that way without ever once handing me script, because there is no script in radio. So the second that I go off script, a script that I don't even have, and say something of my own, beep, bop, boop. You know?
Yeah, the weirdness.
He's fucking stuck. Does Shelby not know his number?
Shelby, do you need Fez's number? Shelbo?
No,
Beep boop.
Dialing it now.
What's he doing?
He's down. He's calling it now. He just said.
Yeah. Well, I actually can see the phones and know for a fact that he's not. So I think that's what happened. I think that he did that. I fucked him up. And then, do you know how long this bit lasts?
It's a 23 minutes long.
See, this shocks me because I don't remember that. I remember this being, like a minute and a half. And I hope it's not a crying bit. I'm sure it's a teasing bit, though.
Yeah. I don't remember him crying at all. But just giant oranges just stands big in my head.
Well, why did he win a giant orange? Do you remember?
No, I think because he thought the giant food is better than regular food. I believe that's what his initial thing was. I could be wrong.
In certain places, he's being called the orange ball of failure, which is not him.
Shelby, did Fez not pick up?
It just keeps going to voicemail.
Here, give me my phone. Did you call his home phone or his thing? I don't have it. When he's home, he will not answer his cell phone. He just doesn't play that game.
Weird. He's got to break that habit.
I guess Shelby is calling on him on his home phone now. Either that or the heart finally gave out.
Oh, God.
And if that happens, we will be announcing on the air that 11 stents is all his little heart could take. I know what I'll say, too, at his funeral. It wasn't a strong heart, but it was tender and delicious. So we did have him after all, huh, Beep Boop?
He's picking up the home.
You just need to be told how to call him?
No, he wasn't getting the home. I tried it again.
Fez.
Hello, Ronnie.
How long did your home phone ring?
It rang twice.
Okay. Do you mean 2 times before you picked it up, or you called once, and then you let it go, and you called back?
No, it rang twice, and I picked it up.
Now, how long did it take Shelby to call him? 18 minutes? Fez, I know you're not aware of this right now. Were you able to listen to any of Thursday's show?
I heard some of it. I heard Anthony Jeselnik.
Thanks for calling in. It means a lot to us. Now, I guess that you heard that I had a cold, so we're doing best ofs on Friday. And right now, you and your stents are now living in the future. It's Friday. But Chris is putting together a best of, and tell Fez. Here's what we'll do: tell Fez all the segments that we've went so far, and he can do just a quick blurb. Like if this was a paperback book.
How many 6-year-olds could you beat up?
Oh, okay. I'll give a spoiler alert here. Not many, especially with this many stents.
See, he made it about himself, but it was about the conversation.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Earl fainting at dinner.
Go on to the next one.
Brett Favre voicemails.
And the next?
Giant oranges.
Now, we got to this one, and we tried to figure out why Giant Oranges was a 20-minute bit. And I remember you tried to bring up something about giant oranges. I acted like an asshole. In my mind, this whole thing lasted a minute or so. Do you remember why this would be labeled as best of, Fez?
No, I have no idea because I think my only thought on it was we should have oranges the size of watermelons. Why not have bigger oranges? And I can't imagine that it would have gone much further than that.
No, why did you even think such a thing?
I don't know. Maybe I was just really in the mood for an orange that day.
Okay. All right, Fezzy, thank you. That was Fez Watley, our own Fez Watley.
In and out.
Yeah. So even he does not recall why this bit was so big.
This is a mystery segment.
I feel like I would have said, listen to this one instead of just blowing through. It's simply, and we have no idea why it's here. It's simply labeled giant oranges.
This is the best of Ron and Fez.
Starbucks is introducing their new Tentra size cup. So that's going to be in stores in May. It's 31 ounces, 7 ounces bigger than their largest Venti cup. So, and they're going to have it for the cold drinks. If things were going to be big, if they were going to improve things by making them bigger.
Okay.
Things to start with. Wet naps. You never get a big enough wet nap. If you're covered in barbecue or wing sauce, the teeny tiny little wet nap doesn't even come close to getting all the sauce off of you.
Maybe like a wet blanket.
That would be the way to go. Just a much bigger thing to start wiping off with.
All right, if you're listening, Madison Avenue, Fezzy needs a bigger batch towel.
So, also, I would make keys bigger. People are always losing their keys.
Okay.
So, make them bigger, like those old dungeon keys.
But where would you put them? You're going to have a big ring to carry them around?
Yeah, I mean, everyone is going to end up having their big keys on a chain. That's just going to be the way to wear them now. But people are constantly losing their keys, can't find them anywhere. If they were much bigger keys...
I don't know why we still have keys, because you don't get it in a hotel. You get that little fucking card. Why can't we have those cards for our doors at our houses? And that way you just keep it in your wallet, you wouldn't fucking lose it.
That'd be awesome.
No offense here, Fezzy, because I'm going with you on the bigger wet net, but I don't want dungeon keys.
No.
Too big.
Too fucking heavy.
They just wouldn't get lost as easily.
But they would, because I'd be like, I'm too tired. I'm not carrying a key home.
They were going to replace all the doors in the world. This is going to take forever.
Whatever. It's not. None of this is going to happen anyway.
Oh.
What's your next big thing, Fez?
Oranges. If you could have a big orange.
Yeah.
I mean, a really big orange, that would be better than watermelon. To start eating an orange wedge like a watermelon slice.
All right.
That would be fantastic. If the orange, the only problem with it is that it's not big enough.
Do you eat 2 or 3 oranges at a time? I mean, don't think I've ever doubled up on my oranges.
If I'd been to a giant orange wedge, there'd be fucking liquid everywhere. It'd be a huge mess.
Yeah, it is kind of explosive, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That's why you need the giant wet nap.
And then you're going to be squirting people like across the street. They get hit in the eye with orange juice.
Dangerous.
So I thought that if you're, we don't need bigger cups. That's for sure. We have plenty of those.
It's not one or the other. It's not whether we're going to get big cups at Starbucks or giant oranges. You're going to have both. Well, actually, neither. You can't build a bigger orange.
I vote for cups.
But really, I think I would get a little tired of, like, you've got the orange wedge that's the size of a watermelon thing, right?
Right.
Then what I got to do? Put this other giant fucking the rest of the orange back in? Because now you can't eat a whole orange. And where does it go?
Well, then it's like, then you would need one orange to squeeze for juice.
Right, but you're...
Instead of having to put like a whole bushel in there just to get a cup.
Do you squeeze oranges for juice?
No, I don't.
No one does. So that's not going to be a big problem.
Fuck that.
But, the greatest thing about an orange is that it's portable. You don't have to leave your orange at home like you do a watermelon.
Nicole Kidman.
That was the end of our conversation.
Oh.
What did Nicole Kidman do? Get a giant what? Peach?
No, her and Keith Urban had a baby girl using a surrogate mother. They released a statement thanking everyone for their support, especially their gestational carrier. That's the term they use for surrogate mother. All right. Surrogate sounds a little creepy, futuristic.
Right.
But at least it still had mother in
I think
the term.
I think there's a difference because I think the surrogate is you use the surrogate's egg. And they're saying, this is our egg, our sperm, and she just carries it around.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a new term for surrogate mother.
I think it's a different position.
Gestational carrier, that doesn't even sound human.
My thing is this, the gestational, what is it?
Gestational carrier.
They should be bigger. They should be the size of, like, their eggs should be like dinosaur eggs. Aaron, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, I got a question. Who wants to peel a giant orange? That sucks. It's fucking huge. What are you going to do with all the peelings?
Don't get caught up into the giant orange talk. He's already dropped it. He went into Nicole Kidman as soon as I asked him one question. I asked him, I go, what are you going to do with the rest of the orange? Nicole Kidman is back in the news.
Well, you don't peel a watermelon and everyone's fine with that.
Right, because you can't peel a watermelon.
That's a rind.
How are you going to get the skin off this giant thing? And again, if you have an orange the size, how's it going to stay in the tree?
No, this is crazy. We're going to need a sander to get this thing off.
Why? What's your problem with it, Hicks?
It sounded like anyone's going to be able to get these
Nicole Kidman is back in the news.
What about the oranges?
Jared, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, there's a couple things wrong with this big orange. First of all, how big would the tree have to be to support a bunch of these oranges? And second, you wouldn't be able to hire these little small Mexicans to pick them. You'd have to go hire big Austrians or Canadians or somebody.
We'd have to hire giants.
Right.
All this stuff isn't thought out. But we'll get there.
But we somehow pick watermelons. It would be no different than picking a really large fruit.
Watermelons are on the ground. They're not up in trees.
Is there any way we can plant a tree underground that has oranges?
Sure, I guess. Giant ones.
Okay. I think we're moving towards progress here then.
I just don't know how much orange you want to eat. It seems to me, one orange and you're done. I never go back. Do we have any more oranges? It's not like it's popcorn.
Well, you got these giant ones back here.
Ron Reagan Jr. Is suggesting that his father already had Alzheimer's disease while he was still president and still in the White House.
Well, I remember that coming up when his dad was leaving the White House. Remember the last, I don't know, like year or so, he wasn't even on TV that much. And then when he had to do the Iran-Contra thing, or what was it, Iran-Contra?
Yeah, that was it.
They had to just let him go because he couldn't remember anything. So they had called him in, and then they all got embarrassed and said, "Oh, okay, Mr. President, thank you," because he just didn't know a thing. But that's why he had Nancy was watching over him like a hawk.
Yeah, Ron Reagan was saying he first started noticing it in the '84 presidential debates. You would think, though, that with something like that, if that was really happening,
it did,
that the patient-doctor privilege would kind of have to go out the window?
Well, it was known by everybody. I mean, it was brought up that he wasn't really kind of running the White House there at the thing. And they think it was actually him being shot, which kind of sped it up, which is really sad, you know. Mike, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, guys. Hey, Fezzy, this giant orange, wouldn't the seeds be a choking hazard if they're the size of baseball?
Look, again, we're not going to have giant oranges. By the way, Brazilian Julie says, we here in Brazil squeeze oranges for juice daily. Delish. What is your hurry, Brazilian Julie? Get out of the delicious. You don't have to leave it at delish. She's been down in that Brazil for a long time, by the way. Greg, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, I was just thinking that this whole Fez's idea with the big oranges sounds like he's giving it about as much thought as he did the whole deer relocation program.
Surface thinking. That does plenty. You already have big watermelons. He'd like a big orange. I didn't even know you were a big orange eater. As long as I've known you, I never saw you eating an orange.
I mean, I like an orange every now and again.
Right, but do you want a giant fucking slice? That's the point. We all just like an orange every now and again. We don't have this need to eat a giant fucking orange. Where you said one slice is going to be big as a fucking watermelon slice. That's too much orange.
It's scary.
I doubt you could sit in here tomorrow and eat 10 or a dozen oranges.
Hell no.
Chris, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, listen, Fez is already a little late with this idea. The Monsanto Corporation genetically engineered oranges to be bigger decades ago.
They're disgusting. Yeah, I know. If you look at the kind of oranges that we have in the supermarket, they're twice as big as if you had an orange tree in your backyard. Here's Steve. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, wouldn't it be better to go the other way and have orange-sized watermelons? You could put it in your lunch sack, take it to work with you. Who wouldn't want that? A little personal watermelon.
I think 2 or 3 bites of a watermelon. I'd be like, I need more of these. Ezra, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Fez, if you want to tackle the size of citrus, I think we should start with the size of those little tiny tangerines because everybody does eat more than one of those.
Fezzy, what about tangelos? Have you thought about that at all?
I haven't given much thought to tangelos, but the tangerines I like because they come in little sections anyway.
And oranges don't?
Well, not the easy pull-apart sections that a tangerine has. And a tangerine will peel easier as well.
Okay.
So I wouldn't mind a big tangerine.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Colin in Houston, you're on Ron Fez.
Look, Ronnie, we know Fez doesn't think things out. Baby love, of course, deer relocation, and of course, Tampa Bay Bucks football. But listen, what about selling oranges by the slice, just like pizza parlors? You could actually make money off this.
Can I get a slice of orange, please? Thank you. Lenny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yes, I think Fez is onto something with the big key thing, except being like a universal key, like a universal remote or perhaps a iPhone app where you just punch a number on your cell phone and opens up all your doors.
They've actually got those already, and I was seeing this today. Leo Lepore was on Regis and said that there's a thing where your phone can find your keys for you. Your iPhone and your keychain will be connected.
What?
You make your keychain ring.
That's crazy.
But with Fez's giant keys, I guess it would fucking ring so loud, it would hurt your ears.
A fucking air raid siren.
I guess an iPhone app is one way to go.
How would you like to go, Thinky? It was up to you. What else do you want, giant? What about giant babies? Why? I like babies, but I wish they were like 6 to 8 feet tall. Then you could really hug a baby.
Then would they grow down or would they grow up into just giant people?
I haven't thought it out. What's your Leo Lepore fucking...
Scientists are now warning California that
don't fuck with us.
That they are due for a superstorm, which could actually flood 25% of Californians' homes and be 4 to 5 times more deadly than a major earthquake. So California, with all the horrible natural disasters and bad weather conditions, now they also have science fiction weather to worry about.
Sounds like some of those giant oranges out there could get washed away. Maybe they could hide under their giant oranges.
This will be the next disaster film now that this information's out there. Superstorm. Where it's even bigger and badder than a perfect storm. It's one step higher.
Here's Arch. You're on Ron Fez. Bigger. Today's the bigger show. Arch, what do you got?
If we had giant oranges, how would Vito Corleone fit a slice in his mouth and chase his grandkid through the garden?
You know, we all like to bust Fez's balls on this. But you know he's a virgin, and no one called in to help with that. But, as soon as he comes up with the idea, giant orange slices, then it's like, it's a dope show. Well, guess what? He's no dope. He's a dreamer. Our Fez Watley has dreams. Now, will he ever see any of those dreams? No.
Oh.
Of course not. If you have stupid dreams, they're not going to come true. But it doesn't stop you from being a dreamer. Speaking of dreamers, is Tommy Z coming in this week?
I've been talking to him. He says he can't get a car this week, but he should be good next week.
He has all kinds of problems now.
Oh, yeah.
Since we haven't seen him in a while. Remember, he was on top of the world? Mm-hmm. Now he's on the bottom of the world.
Yeah, it's falling out from under him.
Tell him I got a business proposition for him. I call it giant orange slices.
Okay, I'll let him know.
Here's Matt Buffalo. You're on Fez.
Hey, guys. I think giant oranges are a great idea. We got this epidemic of pirates dying from scurvy, and it would just be eliminated.
Again, this is not the dope show, all right? Fez is not a dope. He's a dreamer. A crazy dreamer who one of these days something's going to come through for him.
A mad scientist almost.
Everyone can mock if they want, but if there was giant oranges in the supermarket, everybody would be dying to try them. They would be taking them home in bowling bags if they had to.
Well, it doesn't make a lot of sense because watermelon we don't take home in a bowling bag, but whatever. The point is this. People like yourself, Tommy Z, Mafia Life Chris, people with dreams, they get mocked. They get mocked by the cynical of us all. I don't believe in that. I like a good dream. Here's Chris. You're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out, I think it's kind of ironic that the big fruit wants bigger fruit.
You know what? We're all stars here in the dope show. I get it, and you get it. Fez believes in something. Gary, Daytona, you're on Fez.
Ronnie, this giant orange, if you squeeze it and got the juice, would it be the smooth kind or the frothy kind?
Won't destroy our giant orange orchids. Look, again, this isn't Charlie Manson. We're not the fucking dope show here. We're not going to have tiny fucking deer and giant oranges. He's just talking. Look who it is. It's our old buddy Gorilla Bob. Hey, Bob.
Hey, how we doing, Otter? How we doing there, Sniper? What I'm thinking, though, is it's great that we're building a giant comedy orange, slice by slice. It's a comedy orange, comedy orange.
Comedy orange, comedy orange. Thank you. Oh, I missed the New York colors. Ooh. Yeah, all stars now. Too bad that that fucking Combine took Mean David Bowie. I like to call Manson Mean David Bowie. And a lot of times I look at Tim Burton and go like this, well, why aren't you Manson? You look the same.
Could have pulled it off.
Yeah.
Got Danny Elfman behind him.
Danny Elfman, please, with the Danny Elfman in the same song, no matter what movie it is. Danny Elfman, well, you know how Tarantino got his I'm bringing movies and music together? I like to see Danny Elfman just bring music with music together.
I don't know if he can pull that off.
That's all the tunes in his head. La la la. Here's James. James, you're on the Ron Fez show.
Hey, what's up, Ron Fez? How you doing, Frisky? Fez, I'm like the orange idea. I kind of see it as a new Florida summertime tradition where you put the giant orange on the doorstep and carve it like a jack-o'-lantern. Could be a little messy, though.
Imagine if you did that with a giant blood orange. How scary it would be.
It'd be a nightmare, just like Halloween.
With the games this weekend, I was thinking to have a blowout What would be the exact number? I think you have to have at least 20 points for it to be a blowout.
Okay.
I don't even think 17, up by 3 scores, is enough of a blowout.
See, I think a blowout, you've got to score a lot of points. Like a 20-0 game isn't a blowout. But 40-20 feels like a blowout.
Oh, yeah, that does feel like more of a blowout. And even the Seahawks-Bears game this weekend, that was like a blowout until you see the score. When you see that it was 35-24.
Well, the Seahawks scored a lot at the end.
Yeah, when it was just when they didn't get their touchdown until near the end of the game. But I would say, if we were going to set a standard, I would say 20 points.
So 20-0 is a blowout?
Yeah, I would say that's still a blowout.
That doesn't feel like that to me.
If you have to score 3 touchdowns to win, then I think you're blown out.
I think a blowout has to mean that the defense kind of got blown out, and the offense didn't respond. I feel like you've got to have a minimum amount of points scored before it's a blowout. I think the offense has to score 40-plus points before it's a blowout. Because at a certain point, you got to say, well, this is just unwatchable. And you're going to watch a game that says, is 13-0, and then they score in the last, 10 seconds, and it becomes 20-0. Didn't feel like a blowout the whole game. Maybe it ended by 20 points, but it was just a 2-score game until right at the end. But I think you're right about something. They don't say, well, here's exactly what a blowout. Exactly what a shutout is.
Uh-huh.
You don't go, well, 3-0. It's kind of a shutout for both teams. No, the 3 keeps it from being a shutout. If you score points, it's not a shutout. But there is no minimum that we have for blowout.
Yeah, and I don't think we have a minimum for a landslide either, like in an election.
Right. Okay.
Where do you need 100 more electoral votes for it to be a landslide?
The only people that came up with the landslide rule was Fleetwood Mac. And I dare you to watch your kid getting older while you're listening to that song. Matter of fact, that's the song that I'm going to play when we at Hicks's funeral. Your funeral, Fez, already got it. Dope show. That's going to work out good.
Well, because it'll turn into a real party at least.
That's true. Hicks, I hope for your funeral, it's robots fucking playing music. That's how long I want you to live. But you could have been killed today.
Oh, yeah, easily. Could have cracked my fucking skull open. But God help me. He fucking saved me.
Oh, I didn't know that. You thought of God that way.
I guess.
No, you were thinking I'm so blessed as you're sliding down all heels and asshole down that fucking front steps. Heels.
Life's going great.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you for thinking of me. That was the other thing that Gervais did the other night. Please turn landslide off. I despise. When at the end of the show, out of nowhere, I'd like to thank God for making me an atheist.
Yeah.
Well, you're not exactly behind enemy lines while you're sitting there with a bunch of Hollywood people, Ricky.
That was weird. Didn't know why he did that.
What do you got, Matt?
Yeah, I was on Fez's blowout rule. Maybe you could do a sliding scale where, if the winning team is in the 20s, they got to be up by 4 touchdowns. Winning team is in the 30s, it's 3 touchdowns, and 40s and above, it's 2 touchdowns.
All right, sliding scale might have to go into that. Mousy, you're on Fez.
Yeah, not to add more to the complication, but I kind of agree with the last caller. I mean, it depends on the game. I mean, if it's football, you need probably 21 points or 27 points for a blowout. If it's basketball, it's 40 or 50 points for a blowout. It varies per game.
What about baseball?
Easily. 6 or 7 runs.
I think it's 7. I think 7 just feels like everything is hideous from that point on. And there's no way you can get back to it. Brian, you're on the Ron Fez show.
Yes, I was wondering how Fez would think about giant bananas.
All right, enough with the giant fruit. I mean, if anything, we're going to do giant plums first and go in that direction. Oh, who is he?
That's from Marketing and Talent.
I didn't know that. I've seen him around. I didn't know he was one of our talent people.
Yeah, in charge of all the talent. Kind of 2 departments under one guy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
I thought he was just a hang-around guy. I see him hanging out sometimes if there's free food.
Lucky, I'm right there next to him.
I know you are. Well, hopefully there's no steps there.
Hope to God. My back is fucked up.
Hope to my dear Lord.
I didn't have anything else there.
Look at the giant cigarettes.
Giant 4 beautiful cartons of cigarettes from my buddy Phil and Madison, who's by far sent me at least 20 cartons of cigarettes.
Phil Madison's the best person ever.
He's amazing. These are from South Africa, Johannesburg.
What's the word?
Johannesburg.
Well, what a price. 50 twice. Who smokes the most? These color folks. Phil Madison, I like to say, is an honorary Ron Fez show member.
Fuck yeah.
And when I announce the show, it's me, Pepper Hicks, Phil Madison, and then Giant Slice, Fez Watley. You want us to start calling you Giant Slice?
No, you don't have to. Maybe if the giant oranges catch on, then I'll be there to take the credit for it.
What about Orange Ball of Failure? You bringing that back? Why did we used to call you that?
We didn't call me that. We called Billy Staples that.
That was one of the characters you played, Billy Staples.
Oh, yeah. So it was from the bright orange shirt.
What bright orange shirt?
That I wore when I played Billy Staples.
So why did they start calling you the Orange Ball of Failure?
From a failed stand-up gig that happened in Red Bank, New Jersey.
Really? Did that make you feel bad?
Not at the time because it happened to Billy, not me. So
when it happens to one of your characters, you don't care?
No, I guess not.
Stand by for more of the best of Ron and Fez. Ron and Fez on Raw Dog. Raw Dog Comedy. Hits Channel 99. It's the best of Ron and Fez on Raw Dog Comedy. Hits Channel 99.
Beginning of the end of the Ron and Fez show. Oh. It's a time as we embrace the new and stuff like FedEx. My lovely co-host, I think of the last 2 years. Beep Boop, my sleeping producer. And Chris, I do a lot of podcasts, Stanley. We'll start and wrap up and say goodbye. I think ending with murder mysteries, like they do at the end of Lost, where they would kill off certain people. Or Sopranos, where some guys would die, leading up in that last year.
Yeah, like Chris.
Every week into a regular dead. Till soon you were like, I don't give a shit. I guess Chris is dead.
And Tony killed him? What? They really didn't think this out, did they? Well, I don't want to be smothered to death by anyone.
I don't know how you're going to go out, but you're going to go out after all. You put together a hell of a best of for us, though. I mean, you've done so good with this. I can't wait to find out what the last segment is.
The last segment is, could you massacre an entire town?
Well, first of all, yes. Second of all, isn't that close to beating up 6-year-olds?
It's close, but not the same. One's murder, one's just beating.
It's one of those things where we all say, hey, that's great, Chris, you're doing that. So you will immediately try to do something as close to that as you possibly can.
It's a fun classic segment. It's everyone's gonna love it. It's could you massacre an entire town? I believe it was 100 people.
A town of 100 people, yeah. Specifically 100 people.
As if I remember correctly, yes.
I wish we just replay. There should be big oranges.
That was a great one too.
Was it?
Yeah.
I've lost interest in this. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm trying to I have Anthony show up while I'm doing this, and I'm trying to figure out what kind of shirt that he's wearing. I'm not exactly sure. He's a very attractive man. It's no wonder he does very well with the women. I know yesterday he had some kind of power outage. But I don't know if he keeps his stuff on.
Generator.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right, generator. But just a generator just for the laptop, nothing else? So I think we're going to wrap this up with a bit that's probably so close to the how many 6-year-old bit that it'll probably start and bore you.
No.
The listener.
People are going to love it. They're going to love it. Trust me.
I got to get home. I don't feel well. I'm going to take the next 3 days to relax. I'm going to be like Beat Bop when the show is going on. I'm just going to take some sleep and, chill and take some zinc.
There you go.
Some Zicam. I'm going to take some codeine. No. I'm going to take some methadone.
Don't. I'm
going to take different kind of opiates, stirring them and mixing them with cocaine until I have a lovely speedball. A speedball, one of the greatest things because it takes the drowsiness out of heroin and it takes the out of cocaine. You know what I mean? You kind of... Now, the thing is, when you get in between a speedball, you wrap it around you like it's a warm blanket, but an exciting warm blanket, Yeah. A warm blanket that makes you feel smart. And then you think to yourself, I think I'm going to die in this warm blanket. A lot of people die on speedballs. You shouldn't really mix the drugs. Also shouldn't mix downs with alcohol.
The mixing really just ruins everything.
Well, there's a better chance that you won't wake up. Another thing that you shouldn't do is mix marijuana with M&M peanuts.
Guilty.
M&M peanuts, and they taste so good. Do you think there's any difference in color in peanuts, M&M peanuts?
Yeah.
I don't think there is.
Like yellow and red?
Yeah.
Brown, green? Definitely.
You don't think so?
Oh, definitely.
You think that if we did a blind taste test with you on Monday, you would be able to tell me what color M&M peanut you're putting in your mouth?
Yeah, I can tell by the color. Yeah, just color by taste or taste by color.
No way.
I'll give it my damnedest. I think I can. I love peanut M&Ms.
Yeah, everyone does. Because you know what the flavor of it is?
Yeah, what?
It's M&M. You're tasting an M&M shell.
There's a difference between the red shells and the blue shells, etc.
I've never even heard anyone say that before. This is shocking to me.
Yeah. Prepare to be shocked. I could tell a difference.
Well, if we were to do this blind taste test with lifesavers, right?
Yeah.
And we did 7 lifesavers.
Yeah.
I think the chances would be pretty good you could come up with the 7 flavors.
Yeah, they taste different.
7 out of 7. What kind of money that you could hit 7 out of 7?
On the lifesavers?
Yeah.
$50 I could hit 7 out of 7 on the lifesavers.
And M&Ms?
For M&Ms, $20 I could hit on all 7. Or however many there are.
How about this? You hit 6 out of 7. What would you be willing to bet?
I'll go up to 50 on 6 out of 7. I think that I gotta get some sort of odds. I'll take that. $50. I'll 6 out of 7 on the M&M blind taste test.
You're a fucking degenerate, and you let someone bully you into losing money.
Bully?
Yeah.
Look, I jumped. Look, you gave me action. All right, 6 out of 7.
I'm gonna tell you this. I know you. You couldn't do this with vegetables. You have been, no matter what the texture is, you have ruined your taste buds through smoke as it is.
Have I ruined them or made them better?
I don't think there's a human being alive that could say, "Oh, blindly, this is a red M&M and that's a blue M&M."
We'll find out on Monday.
Your cockiness annoys me.
$50. 6 out of 7. There's 7 colors in the M&M, or however many there are. I don't know how many of the colors there are. All I know is I'll tell the difference.
You know what this reminds me of?
What's that?
I'm on the bus with the football team from William and Mary. They're traveling to Alabama, yelling upset special. We're going to beat their ass. And you just want to say, I know you're going to lose by 50. But there's no way you can prove it then. They have to get beat up first. You're not going to hit 6 out of 7.
We'll see.
And there's no difference between blue and red because that isn't flavor. That's colors.
It's a candy shell, yeah. But there's a slight flavor.
It would taste the same that if I had you lick a blue color on a book and then lick a red color, it wouldn't taste any different.
Yeah, it would. That's fucking pulp. This is a candy shell.
You're telling me that you can taste dye and you cannot.
We'll see it happen on Monday.
Annoys me, that. I just want you to say, yes, Ron, you're right. Let me out of this.
$50.
All right. What is this best of bet again?
This is Could You Massacre the Entire Town. Okay.
Enjoy this, folks, and then be back here Monday as we do the blind M&M taste test. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
This is the best of Ron and Fez.
Oh, here's something that our buddy Liddy Rolls sent to me. First of all, he said, I'm glad you enjoyed Line of the Day book. I still cannot tell you, Fezzy, how much that book has touched me. It's a family heirloom. To be handed down generation to generation. Just knowing that book is going to make future Benningtons laugh means the world to me. So, he said this. He goes, here's a question I have for you. I'm driving through some small towns, small populations, less or slightly more than 100 people in the entire town. Morality aside, which is basically the way I go through life, as I don't let morality ever get in the way.
Okay.
Do you think it would be possible for you and a friend to go into one of these tiny towns and kill every last soul before anyone found out? You start at like 1 o'clock at night when the town is asleep. You go right until before dawn. Would it be possible to massacre the entire town? What's the highest population that you think it could be done with? All right, so you got to think it's a small hayseed type town, but I don't want it to be farmland.
Right.
I want it to be like where the feed store is, the barber shop.
Oh, yeah. Like a Mayberry.
I honestly think I could wipe out the town. I know that I would be good at this, killing people in their sleep. I know the only thing that you're going to wake up is a lot of these fuckers are strapped. So if you, bump into something, you find yourself in a gun battle.
Yeah, that's a total problem. You could probably pick up your numbers, pick up your pace, if like a lot of these small town people have large families that are included in the population.
Yeah, of course they do. They're farmers. What else are you going to do?
So maybe you could get 8, 9 at a house.
Something you got to ask is, do you get weapons or are you doing this barehanded?
Oh, I didn't even think that.
Because if you're doing it barehanded, you're gonna get tired.
First of all, you can't do it barehanded.
There's no way.
You're gonna wake up some fucking hoss of a hayseed that's going to come out of that bed and kick the shit out of you.
So if you had like an axe or a crowbar.
Yeah, let's just say axe.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Let's say you have an axe and 2 knives.
Okay. And the population is what, 200? Something like that?
Yeah. Could you take out the whole town in one night? They're sleeping. But the real problem is not to wake anyone up or some fucking insomniac who's jacking off the porn in the middle of the night. That's what I worry about.
Yeah, or someone out at the bar. Just it's you can't tell. I'd say 75% of the town can be taken out.
75%.
And that's taking 25% who are up or who are out, not in the house.
I'm gonna go on and say I could kill them all, but I will leave one. I will leave one to see the destruction that wreaked on.
To spread the tail.
Now, Fez, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Do you think that you could kill even 2? How nervous would you be breaking into someone's house?
Oh, I would be beyond nervous, shaking. And that's really what's going to slow me down. Yeah. Even if I had the killer instinct and I was going in. Because, getting into someone's house, stumbling around in the dark, that's going to slow down my pace immensely.
Yeah.
Night vision goggles. And the doors aren't even open. I mean, locked.
I bet a lot of them are going to be open.
Yeah.
Or easy locks.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't care. I'm still, even if it's open, I'm fucking breaking it down with an axe.
But if I
the last word that that any of these kids are going to hear is, I'll execute every last one of you motherfuckers! All night long, they're just going to hear a howling.
Yeah, I would probably get 2 houses done by the end of the night.
Or you could just burn them all down.
No, I'm not going to play that game.
That's cheating.
I guess
I don't think it's cheating. I think people are going to jump out and run away. I mean, I don't have a problem with if you think you're the pyromaniac that can pull this off, but you got 4 sides of that house. And some of these houses, it's going to look like fucking school let out because there's going to be so many kids up there diving and running that, no, I would worry about that. I got to take care of everybody.
That's sloppy.
And I kill them one at a time. And the little kids, I'm just going to probably cut their throats.
Oh, that's, nice way to go out, I guess.
Well, first I'll cut their Achilles tendons in case they wake up. I don't want them running away. So, here's Craig. Craig, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I could get down 35. 35 easy.
Why 35? 35% of the town of 100.
That's right. 35 would be a piece of cake.
By the way, I'm also going to be dressed like Elvis. Because those fuckers are going to think Jesus came back. And that's who they get those two confused.
The Elvis killer.
Brad.
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
Hey, you're not going to get past 10%. I live in a shitty little town like that. You're not taking into account the dog factor. Every fucking person in one of those little towns has a dog. They're all going to be barking. The rednecks are all going to wake up, and they're all going to be armed. You're not going to get past 10%.
That's a really good point there. No one's come up with that. The dog factor.
You're going to have to kill dogs. And again, that's going to slow you down.
That's not easy. And first of all, Fezzi, I disagree with you. You and Mike Vick, I mean, I would wipe out a whole town, but I would never harm a beautiful little animal that is really God's precious creatures. Precious creatures of beauty. And I would give each of the dogs snacks while I went inside and fucking went just stone cold crazy in there. I mean, cold fucking blooded.
Dogs are a problem.
Yeah.
They're an obstacle.
All right, let's just say this. You can have some kind of a dart gun for the dog.
Okay, all right.
Because I don't want to be... And I only want to put them to sleep, and when they wake up, there's going to be extra snacks. Right. There's going to be extra snacks for those beautiful dogs.
I don't think they woke up in dog heaven then.
Because what I love is dogs more than people. Way more than people.
Whole towns of children.
Yeah.
Yeah, the town I want to kill is Kid Nation.
Don't. They're getting sued, I think.
Yeah,
already.
Because like a kid got burnt.
Pregnant.
How'd that happen?
Hey, here's Mikey boy. Hello, Mikey.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
I think I figured out the way you have to do this. First of all, you do it in the winter so the windows are closed, and you come in and use some kind of odorless, poisonous gas and just feed that into the houses. No one's going to wake up. Probably won't even bother the dogs and take out whole families at a time.
But here's the problem. Do you get the satisfaction by just using an odorless gas?
It doesn't feel like a murderous rampage.
Yeah, I got to chase at least one kid up the steps, thinking he's going to get away.
Save the last house for that.
All right, that's not a bad idea.
Otherwise, you're going to cause some kind of noise. You're going to cause some kind of disturbance along the way, and you're not going to be nearly as effective as you need to be.
Here's what at one point, Liddy's saying, okay, you can use a friend. I would go different places with Fez, and I'd be like, I'd be exhausted and covered in blood. How many did you get? Can't get by the dog. Could you help me get by the dog? God damn it, Fez! The sun's coming up in an hour and a half.
Ronnie, I'm stuck in the window.
You still got the Mortons. All right, Mikey.
All right, see you guys.
I mean, I love Mikey boy, but I can't go odorless gas. I got to fucking be in there. It's a hands-on job.
Yeah.
I got to see the terror in their eyes as I'm fucking coming down, swinging an axe in each hand.
Not just
gurgling on the blood.
The angel of death has taken this house! And I'm fucking, putting a little Manson stuff on the walls. I'm fucking
Spray
playing.
paint.
Yeah. That would be the fucking funnest.
This is like the anti-Santa Claus. You're just trying to visit every house in town in one night.
I'd also rob the houses, too, probably, if they're all dead. They're going to need their money or jewelry.
Yeah.
But if it's a small
gonna
town,
trip
they
you
probably
out.
won't have much jewelry.
I'm telling you, all these little side things are going to slow you down when you have an entire town to kill.
Oh, no, when most of them are dead, then I'll go loot the houses.
I mean, how many you think you got to get done in the first hour just to stay on pace?
That's
you
the
are
thing.
gonna slow down.
And I know me, I can't walk past all those fridges without going, wait a minute.
Something's got to be good in there.
All right, so let's go over this again. This is Liddy Rolls came up with this. And of course, never would happen in a million years. But what goes down is this. You got a small town of 100. His question is, can you take out the whole town in the middle of the night? I say anything less than the whole town is a failure. If I'm going to, give one to tell the tale of terror, that he's just running from house to house to house. But anything less than that sounds terrible. Now, I don't think guns is the way to go.
No.
That's cheating.
And it's loud. Unless you have a silencer or anything. But
yeah.
No, you need a blunt object at the very least.
Yeah, it does have to be a bloodbath, I think.
I gotta agree there. Here is Ricky. Ricky, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, Halloween night. That's the best time to do it. These damn rednecks, they love Halloween. The fences are down. You knock on the door, they open the door, bam, there they are. You got them. They think it's trick-or-treaters, but it's you with a knife, hatchet, whatever.
I know that sounds great, and it fits with the movie and all that, but I really do want to wake people up in the middle of the night. Here is Tom. Tom, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, buddies. I think the problem is you're not taking into account the hot chick factor. If you're doing this in the middle of the night out in Hicksville, there's no air conditioning.
There's no hot
Some of these chicks have got to be hot.
You're going to be
half naked.
farm fucking broads. They're going to look like cattle.
Hey, how about that Marla Hooch?
Yeah. That's basically what you're going to be like. Now, obviously, we'd never do this in a million years, but we got this from a listener. This is, can you do it?
Yeah.
Could you do it? And even playing this kind of game, I don't like to send any kind of animals into it, though. But I would make sure that I came in through a window, and I would love just either to have people just like sleeping all over, and I'd fucking have a sound system set up. And before I even did anything, I'd fucking be ready to hit play. I'd turn up the volume on everything, and I would just be leaning over them, hit the light, and then yell, "Wake up! All you motherfuckers are going down! Helter Skelter, bitches! Charlie is back! And he's out! And he's ready to rock and fucking roll! Just fucking running up and down the steps. Now, am I crazy, or did he not get that loud enough?
That one wasn't loud enough. That one wasn't anywhere near loud enough.
How come, Earl?
I thought it was loud enough. It was loud enough in here.
To us, it didn't seem. The levels are so far off here. Living and working with Earl. Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Ron Fez.
Am I on with Ronnie B and the Asexuals?
You are. What can we do for you?
Name is Fez.
You got to take in the tweaker effect in
meth heads?
Rural town, where the people don't even come out till it's dark.
There are a lot of country meth heads.
That's right, the meth heads. They all got their own recipes.
Yeah, but if you hit a meth lab, you can blow up the whole fucking place, take out 20 meth heads at once.
That's true.
See, I like the thought of killing each individual.
Why?
By themselves. It just seems more like an entire town was murdered.
Well, wouldn't it be if, you dropped the bomb on them?
It would still be the same thing, but it would not have the same effect of someone went house to house and each person was stabbed to death.
I like to mix it up, like blow up one house somehow, and then just, get my own...
if it was a movie, you'd have to do it that way. They would just go, are you going to stab again? You've got to wrap something around her neck and hang her.
That does spell for a reign of terror there, where you don't know which way it's coming from.
And now, back to the best of Ron and Fez. Ron and Fez. Raw Dog.
Comedy hit.
Channel 99.